You want pedigree? Look no further. Tonight, the two teams sharing the field own a combined 12 state championships in Texas high school football. Aledo is the two-time defending champion in 5A Division II and has won 8 titles in the last 11 years. Cedar Hill, 3-time state champions and a perennial power in 6A. Tonight's game is 2020 in a nutshell, scheduled in the blink of an eye because of cancellations elsewhere. But if we're gonna play, might as well make it a game like this.
We back.
Cedar Hill and Aledo, next. From Bearcat Stadium in Parker County, home to the 9-time state champions, Aledo, ranked number 2 in the state in 5A Division II, host the number 11 team in the state in 6A, Cedar Hill, on Friday Night Football. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Aledo. Mike Leslie again here with you, as always, joined by the former TCU and LSU wide receiver, socially distanced as always, John Diarse again here with us tonight. And John, we've got a fantastic football game this evening, 2 of the truly brand names in Texas high school football.
Absolutely, Mike. 2 powerhouses going at it tonight here in the state of Texas. I mean, if not the best game tonight in the entire state. Just 2 powerhouses again going at it. Aledo being 9-time state champions. I mean, that's almost unheard of, Mike. I mean, I'm from Louisiana, and I even know about these 2 teams. So I'm excited about tonight. We got some SEC guys going at it that I'm excited to watch, being a former SEC guy myself. So I think tonight is going to be special.
No doubt. Aledo 2-0 on the year, fresh off of a 34-32 win over Frisco Lone Star 2 weeks ago on this field. They trailed twice in that second half, came back to take the lead each time, and both of those second half touchdowns scored by our player to watch for the Bearcats tonight in JoJo Earl.
Mike, JoJo Earl, LSU commit, 4-star. I think I know both of those really well. I was a 4-star myself, LSU guy myself. So, I mean, this kid has it. He does everything. He is a tried and true receiver, but this guy can get involved in the running game. He can get involved in the Wildcat special. He can do it all. So I'm excited to see JoJo get out tonight as he had 2 touchdown catches last week and almost 100 yards rushing. I mean, what more can you ask for from a guy like JoJo Earl?
This is a game that is quintessentially 2020. Wasn't even on the schedule until 1 week ago today. Allen was supposed to play Cedar Hill 1 week ago. Cedar Hill woke up to bad news that morning that Allen had some COVID-19 cases in their program and had to cancel that game. Aledo was supposed to play their first game of district play tonight, but their game against Waco University was postponed because of COVID-19 cases within that program. So both of these teams were looking for a game, and here they are. And Cedar Hill comes in just 1-0 because they've only played their one game against Arlington, 28-21. They won that game, and their quarterback, Caden Salter, is a star.
I mean, Caden Salter, another 4-star guy, the other SEC guy. I mean, he's a Tennessee commit. This kid is special. I mean, Elite 11, number 3 dual threat quarterback in the country, Mike. I mean, just firepower for this team. And so I'm excited to watch him because it's not every week that you get a number 3 dual threat quarterback playing for your team. And so I'm excited to watch Salter tonight for Cedar Hill. And again, man, I think it's going to be special. It's going to be a really special night.
Salter's a young man who took big strides from last year to this year. He was a really good quarterback last year. He's an exceptional quarterback this season. Let's get you our starters for tonight's game, and that starts off with Caden Salter and the Cedar Hill offense. He's the quarterback, of course, in the backfield with him, a very talented young running back in Kevin Young. He's a 3-star recruit himself, and their 4 wide receivers are fantastic. All 4 of these young men can make plays in space and can beat you down the football field. Defensively for Cedar Hill, Charles Esters, the name you need to know on that defensive front, a 3-star product himself, a Texas Tech commit. This is a very talented defense that can fly to the football and will be difficult to play against tonight for Aledo's offense. Speaking of the Bearcats offense, Brant Hayden, the sophomore starting quarterback, he was thrust into action because of a torn ACL from their expected starter, Ethan McBriar, on the first day of hitting in training camp. So Hayden, the starter as a sophomore, but he is a kid that they have big hopes for in his future. JoJo Earl, of course, fantastic. DeMarco Roberts, the other name that you need to know on this side of the ball. He will see the football a lot tonight. Defensively for Aledo, Caden Anderson on the outside. You don't see Chris Wright's name here on the starting sheet. He is a game-time decision. Had a strained foot against Lone Star. We're not sure, frankly, if the UNT commit will play tonight. B.J. Allen, meanwhile, another four-star LSU commit at that free safety position. Head coaches tonight in his fourth year at Cedar Hill, Carlos Lynn, 24-10 in that span. And for Aledo, in his second stint back with the Bearcats, Tim Buckhannon, 23 years at the helm, 244, 53-3, and 6 of those 9 state championships are his. The game of the week in the state on this Friday night, and it kicks off next on Friday Night Football.
22. Deep ball from Towns for Jaden Chambers. Behind the defense. Nice move into the end zone.
Wow! Friday Night Football, live on the WFAA YouTube channel. Every Friday night, all season.
And a lightning strike from Darian Peace.
Next up, a battle of unbeatens and the possible district title game in 8-4A Division I as the Carter Cowboys visit Wilmer Hutchins.
Friday Night Football, live on the WFAA Digital Network from Bearcat Stadium in Aledo as the two-time defending state champion Bearcats host Cedar Hill in the finale of non-district play. Mike Leslie and John Diarse live with you high above Bearcat Stadium. Coin toss in the books already as captains Sam Foreman and Kevin Young made their way out to midfield. Cedar Hill called heads, won the toss, and deferred, so it will be Aledo football to start, which means our first opportunity to see the electrifying JoJo Earl and this Aledo offense. Deep to return for the Aledo Bearcats is Brian Allen. B.J. Allen, the LSU commit, 4-star product, still only a junior, and quite possibly, John, one of the fastest players in the country. This kid can move. He is deep to return for the Aledo Bearcats. To kick off for Cedar Hill is William Rhodes, the senior kicker. And we are ready to roll on a beautiful night in Parker County. Sun just going down about 7 minutes ago. Just a hair under 70 degrees at this point, not a cloud in the sky, a beautiful setting for what should be a heck of a football game, John.
Oh yeah, Mike, it's going to be a great night tonight. This is what we like to call football weather right here in the fall season in October. Here we go.
High kick, fielded at the 24-yard line by one of the upbacks, and the ball's on the deck. Cedar Hill football on the opening kickoff. They recover the fumble. A nightmare of a start for Aledo. Needless to say, that's not who Aledo wanted to field the kickoff. That is
Correct.
Logan Flinto, one of their wide receivers. Obviously, they want the ball to go to B.J. Allen, their speedster. Instead, the short kick creates some confusion, John. The ball breaks loose, and Cedar Hill pounces on top of it at the 26.
Absolutely, Mike. As we continue to see every single week, these special teams have come up with various ways to kick the ball. And right there, I mean, they just created some confusion, as you said, and gave the ball right back to Cedar Hill to start the game.
So Cedar Hill will have the football to start both halves today. Some trouble now for them, though, deep in the backfield. This could be a major loss for the Longhorns, and it will, all the way back at the 45-yard line as the ball broke free from Cedric Harden's hands. That's their backup quarterback, by the way, running a reverse. I wonder if they were looking to have him throw the football here before the ball broke loose.
I would like to think so, Mike. I mean, but as we can see right there with the fumble, I mean, I think it was just miscommunication. I don't think if he knew if it was going to be a handoff or a toss. And a lot of times in that situation, Mike, it's a toss to make sure that everybody's on the same page. But, I mean, huge loss to start the game right here.
So it becomes 2nd down and 29. Salter, the Tennessee commit, one of the best quarterbacks in America, looking deep up the seam, and it falls incomplete, just a little bit underthrown.
It's pretty smart idea right there, Mike, to take a shot on 2nd down, try to gain some of that yardage back. But, I mean, just going back to that 1st down play, coming out the gate, a little unconventional with a reverse. You probably would have saw a pass out of it, seeing that they had Cedric Harden in the backup quarterback. But pretty smart right there to try to gain back some of that yardage. But, I mean, 3rd and 29, a mile to go, as we say. I'm sure they're going to try to take another shot here.
Salter can throw it forever, and he's going to look deep near side, deep middle. Makes the completion, but it will be well short of the line to gain. Julian Austin on the receiving end. It'll be 4th down and just shy of 20. Looks like 4th and 19 by the time they spot the ball here at the 35. Certainly not field goal range for Cedar Hill and their senior kicker, William Rhodes. So I guess just go for it and see if you can make something happen if you're Caden Salter and company.
Absolutely. Four down territory. I mean, right here, I mean, I trust him. I would trust my quarterback Salter right here to get this 1st down, this 4th down play.
Scanning, pressure in his face, has to scramble to the right, has a man, complete, can he get to the sticks? Lowers his shoulder, 1st down.
Got it. Right here, Mike. I mean, look, just poised kid, as Coach Buck said. I mean, to evade the pressure in the pocket right there, to find his man right there down the sideline, getting the 1st down, putting his head down. And right there, that is Javian Clemmer right there getting the 1st down. So huge play for Cedar Hill.
It was 3rd down and 29, and in 2 plays, Cedar Hill converts, and they've got 1st and 10 at the 15. Salter takes it himself off the read option, and a very nice play by the Aledo defense, and that is B.J. Allen, the stud, 4-star on his way to LSU, making a big play on the defensive side.
Right there. I mean, that's just playing football, staying at home on the defensive side, and B.J. Allen just reading the quarterback and making a great tackle. I mean, you got to have that ability being a 4-star recruit going to LSU, man. So shout out to B.J. Allen. But a great open field tackle right there. And he just shows, man, why Coach Lynn believes that he's or Coach Buck, believes he's a great athlete here.
2nd down and 11 now. This time they will hand it off for the first time today to Kevin Young. Tripped up at the line of scrimmage, able to stumble forward for a few more, and it'll be 3rd down.
Big play right here coming up on 3rd down, Mike. But with Kevin Young in the backfield, just looking at a little bit of film from them a couple of weeks ago, Kevin Young is a home run hitter. I don't think he gets enough credit for the ability, his breakaway ability that he has. And so I'm excited to see this game to see if they can open it up for him and get him going early here.
3rd and 8 for Salter. He's got 3 wide receivers bunched to the right side. Throws it that way, complete, but a big tackle not allowing any yards after the catch. And again, it's B.J. Allen making the play. It'll be 4th down once again for the Longhorns.
Great dial up right there. You would definitely take 5 to 6 yards on a 3rd down play like that. I mean, they brought the house. It was man coverage all the way across the board, but just a great job by Salter of getting the ball out of his hands quick and giving himself a manageable 4th down and 3 right here.
Not even a consideration from Carlos Lynn and company to kick the field goal, so they'll go for it on 4th down on the 2nd time on this possession. Salter, pressure, backtracking all the way to the 30-yard line, firing end zone, has a man
Wow.
wide open. Touchdown, Cedar Hill.
Wow.
Caden Salter, the magic man, and it's 6-0 Longhorns.
See, folks, this is why this kid is an Elite 11 finalist right here. To sprint out to your left, to reverse field into traffic, to turn around and make a 180 and find a wide-open Julian Austin right there in the middle of the end zone. I mean, that is a classic example why this kid is one of the best in the nation right here.
On 4th down and 3 from the 8, and just magic. Caden Salter just making things happen. High snap on the PAT. They get it off, though. And that is a fantastic job to get the ball down by the Cedar Hill holder, Jaden Cardell. Rhodes puts it through, and it's 7-0. And there is a flag afterward as Aledo was on top of the kick, and perhaps this will be either running into or roughing the kicker. And it is indeed. So it is indeed roughing the kicker, the personal foul, a 15-yard penalty, and as a result, Cedar Hill will be kicking off from deeper in Aledo territory. 8:08 to play here in the first quarter, and Cedar Hill capitalizing on the error on the opening kickoff, recovering the fumble, and despite being in a 3rd and 29 situation, converted that with 2 completions by Caden Salter. Then, on 4th and 3 from the 8-yard line, Salter with a wall of Bearcat defenders in his face somehow circles around, and finds a wide open Julian Austin in the end zone, and it's 7-0 in favor of Cedar Hill.
Yeah, Mike, I mean, that is just an example of his poise, his calmness as a quarterback.
Here's another look at it right here.
Absolutely. Look at that. Just to have his eyes downfield and to, just so everybody knows on the air, that's very hard to be rolling out to your left as a right-handed quarterback and trying to snap your hips back around. But, I mean, just another great testament of his poise, his athleticism to find the receiver wide open down the middle of the field. So, I mean, just a great athlete in Caden Salter.
So it's 7-0 Cedar Hill, and now they get set to kick the football off at the 45 in Aledo territory. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'm always a fan of kicking an onside kick in this scenario because so what, if you give up the ball at the 34-yard line?
Yeah.
Not really that penalizing for your defense. Why not take the opportunity of getting 2 consecutive possessions to start the football game if you're Cedar Hill? And this is a team that has that penchant, or at least it has in years past. So far this year we haven't seen it, but this is only week 2, so who knows what they decide to do as Jaden Cardell gets set to line it up. Certainly close to the line of to the 45-yard line. Perhaps this will be, and indeed it is, an onside kick, but fielded cleanly and expertly by Aledo's B.J. Allen. And the Bearcats offense will have their first shot tonight. Aledo coming in 2-0 on the year, a 34-32 win over Frisco Lone Star on this field 2 weeks ago tonight. A win over a team ranked in 5A Division I. Brant Hayden, the starting quarterback, the sophomore, thrust into that position by an injury preseason to their expected starter. And he'll throw on first, hand it off on first down, faked the throw. And the handoff up the middle doesn't go very far at all in the hands of DeMarco Roberts. He's their starting running back. Gatlin Johnson, their starting fullback. JoJo Earl and Logan Flinta, the 2 wide receivers. Jason Llewellyn, their starting tight end. And left to right across the offensive line, it's Rocco O'Keefe, Gunnar Allen, Brady Wood, Grant Jeffers, and Carter Miller. Gain of 2 on the first play of the day. Call it 2nd and 8. And it'll be Hayden in shotgun with 3 wides to the right. And hands it off again to Roberts. Roberts lowers his shoulder and gains a couple more. He carried the ball 15 times in the first half alone against Frisco Lone Star, had 130 yards and 3 touchdowns, and was gassed, and they had to pull him because he had completely run out of energy, because this is a young man who also plays the cornerback position and is one of the best corners in the state. And as Coach Buck said to me, these kids have not had the usual offseason to get themselves in shape. He said hopefully as the season progresses, they'll get in a little bit better conditioning. 3rd down and 5 here for the sophomore QB. He'll roll near side, pressure in his face, and he's taken down. The sack for Cedar Hill is Jaheim Lowe, the linebacker, coming off the edge, breaking through the chip from the running back. And a major loss for Aledo and an inauspicious start here on their home field for the Bearcats.
Absolutely. I mean, just a great call by the defense coordinator over there at Cedar Hill, DeMarcus Harris, bringing that pressure from the field. And you often see that on a major 3rd down. They'll bring the pressure from the field, and just a great job right there, getting to the quarterback and getting to a young quarterback. And so he definitely has to make the adjustments as we continue to go out through the game. But that's just a great job of Cedar Hill right there of getting off the field on 3rd down and giving the ball right back to their offense.
Low end-over-end punt toward the near sideline will bounce out of bounds inside the Cedar Hill 40, and the Longhorns will take over there. 7-0 our score here on the WFA Digital Network. YouTube Live, our platform this year. 1,145 of you joining us right now. We do appreciate you guys being here. Please click the subscribe button, click the like button on this broadcast. Drop a comment in the chat feed. Let us know where you guys are watching from, who you're tuning in to see, if you've got a favorite team tonight, if you've got a favorite player out there tonight. Perhaps your nephew or grandson or something along those lines may be out there playing for these two teams tonight. Let us know in the comments who your favorite player is this evening, as Cedar Hill takes over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Handoff and nowhere to go. Knifing through for the stop for the Aledo Bearcats is Sam Foreman. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Aledo starters Caden Salter and Kevin Young in the backfield. Play action fake, and Salter's going to look right side, in and out of the hands of his intended target, and incomplete. That's Jaden Moore, one of their 4 starting wide receivers. Brian Rainey, Julian Austin, Anthony Thomas, the 4 wide receivers. Miguel Massey, Carlos Peoples, Jaden Coker, Rigoberto Martinez, and Josiah Jefferson. Their 5 starters left to right on the O-line. 3rd down and 10 now here for Salter.
Yeah, Mike, major down right here on 3rd and 10. I mean, we never know what we might see from Caden Salter here on the 3rd down. The last 3rd down was pretty big.
Deep near side, in and out of the hands, and nearly intercepted by B.J. Allen. And it falls harmlessly incomplete. B.J. Allen and Elijah Valencia, the 2 safeties for Aledo. Sammy Steffi and DeMarco Roberts, the starters at corner, although you will see a lot of Jaden Allen, the freshman, younger brother of B.J. Allen, at that cornerback position tonight as well. Ryan Williams, Sam Foreman, Keenan Hess, the 3 linebackers for the Bearcats. Jack Trigelis, Matt Bell, Kyle Thompson, and Caden Anderson, the 4 defensive linemen. So Cedar Hill with a big stop here to force the punt, John, and give their offense an opportunity to get back on the football field. Deep to return is Allen. High, wobbly punt that bounces inside the 30. And we'll check up right there at the 29, and back comes the sophomore Hayden and the Bearcats offense. DeMarco Roberts and JoJo Earl are unquestionably, John, the bellwethers for this offense. They are... You look at like the number of touches that there were to be had in their last game against Frisco Lone Star. Earl and Roberts combined for about 90% of them. Everybody else was getting a ball here and there.
Yeah.
But Earl and Roberts, number 1 and number 6, that's where you're going to see the football go tonight quite a bit for the Aledo Bearcats. 1st and 10 at the 29. Handoff to Roberts, and a big hole, spinning his way through and across the 40-yard line, and the first down of the day for the Bearcats offense. Starters for Cedar Hill's defense: Harvey Dyson, Sincere Massey, Jalen Wilson, Charles Esters, the 4 D linemen, Damari Ward, Jaheim Lowe, Stephen Ingram, the 3 linebackers. And their secondary: Amarion Williams and Tyron Bird, the corners, Brett Lynch and Kendall Stevens, their safeties. Yeah,
Mike, right there on that big 1st down run. I mean, that's just a credit to your offensive line for establishing a new line of scrimmage about 2 or 3 yards down the field. And, I mean, I don't think he was touched until he got to the second level. But, again, just looking at this this Aledo offense last week, 2 weeks ago, when Roberts had a really big game. It's just really easy for a running back when he has lanes as big as a door or a hallway in a school to run down. And so that's just a greater testament to their offensive line and the way that they are able to create push is what we like to say up front. So I expect Roberts to have a really huge game tonight in the backfield.
All 3 wides to the left here on 3rd down and 8. I beg your pardon, 2nd down and 8. Throw goes to Earl, and nowhere for him to go. The low throw from Hayden kind of disrupted the timing there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Hayden, again, is just a young QB. Got to find his rhythm. But, I mean, that's another testament to the Cedar Hill defense of just attacking and pursuing. They have a lot of speed on that back 7, and I believe that, you know, they'll rally to the ball pretty often. So I'm excited to see how Aledo plans to get JoJo Earl the ball right here in the slot.
3rd down and 9. Big spot for a sophomore quarterback. Throws near side, has a man wide open. It's Earl, complete at the 45-yard line, and a 1st down for the Aledo Bearcats. Hayden, the sophomore. This kid's a very impressive young sophomore, but he wasn't expected to be the starter this year. We mentioned it off the top. It was supposed to be Ethan McBriar, the senior. He tore his ACL on the very first day of full contact during the preseason, and that, I mean, that's a big blow to any organization, any program. But this is a program that is used to, frankly, starting sophomores and ripping off 3 straight state championships with sophomore, junior, and senior year of those kids. That ball sails high and over the head of JoJo Earl, who was open right at the sticks. So Hayden's got certainly big shoes to fill.
Yep.
One of the latest Bishop brother to start at quarterback at Aledo and win 3 state championships. So a tough spot certainly for Hayden to step into as a sophomore, but they like his future. They like what he can do.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that they trust his ability to lead the offense. And you'll see him from time to time, like we see right here, switching out with JoJo Earl. They like to put him in a wildcat formation. They like to run the read option with him in a couple of sweeps and runs. So you'll see an often exchange. That was actually B.J. Allen right there, quarterback.
Yeah.
But you'll see an often change at quarterback, just kind of giving the defense a different look. I know that we call that window dressing sometimes, and so giving that defense a little bit different look here and now helps the young QB kind of stay active in the game, helps him stay calm, and never really puts him in a bad situation, which is good. So 3rd and 5 right here, I think, is a big down. And I'm sure they're going to kind of play it safe and take something short or take what the defense gives them.
3rd down and 5. Have to get to the 34-yard line to pick up the 1st down. Quick out route, short of the line to gain, and taken down right there is Logan Flinta. Beg your pardon, it's B.J. Fleming on the receiving end. And it's going to be 4th down for Aledo. Ball at the 37, certainly 4-down territory here for the Bearcats, and you'll see their offense stay on the field here, although they will swap out. As you mentioned, you'll see whether it's JoJo Earl or B.J. Allen, you'll see each of them take snaps out of the Wildcat quarterback, and the sophomore Hayden comes off the field here for 4th down and 3.
Yeah, I mean, they like to put the ball in B.J. Allen's hands and JoJo Earl's hands. They are pretty comfortable with those guys. Those guys have shown their playmaking ability, and so here's a huge 4th down conversion if they can get it.
4th and 3, read option. Earl fighting, 1st down.
Got it. Right there, Mike, you just see a pretty much a play action fake for Earl to keep the ball and kind of get right down the middle. And again, just a great testament of that offensive line of creating some push up front, giving them plenty of running lanes to run through. And I mean, you got to love that if you're Earl and B.J. Allen back there as a Wildcat quarterback.
So 1st down and 10 from the 33 now as they set up a fresh set of downs. It's Earl again, Wildcat, straight forward and tripped up just beyond the line of scrimmage. Earl obviously has tons of speed and is very gifted in that spot. B.J. Allen, I talked about it before, that he may be one of the fastest players in the country. I'm really not kidding about that, and that's really what burst him on the scene from a recruiting perspective. Last year in the state championship game, chased down Devin Ashane, the running back from Fort Bend Marshall, who truly was considered to be the fastest player in America last year at the high school level. as the handoff goes here to Roberts, and Roberts has some running room. Stepping through a tackle and across the 15. There is a flag down in the vicinity of what you might expect to be a hold, but a nice run here from DeMarco Roberts.
I mean, DeMarco Roberts, I really like this kid. This kid is a home run hitter. If he gets a step on you, Mike, I mean, it may be a house call right there. I mean, he was just one guy away from stepping into the end zone for 6 points. So I like Roberts back there in the backfield. He's a very versatile guy. He runs with speed. He runs with power. So I'm excited to see him just get loose tonight and make some really, really clutch plays for this Aledo offense.
Dan Rowe, our referee this evening, announcing the holding penalty as we expected, though, and that will walk it back and set up 2nd down and a dozen from the 35-yard line. Just to finish the story on B.J. Allen, I love this little nut because chasing down a Shane was a massive feat for any high school football player. Doing that drew a lot of attention for B.J. Allen as we set up here for 2nd down and 15 for Aledo. Handoff up the middle for Roberts once again stepping through, and that will be enough for a 1st down to the 21-yard line. Coach Buckhannon said, listen, what he did was an incredibly impressive athletic feat. And he said, every time I've got a coach come in here, a scout come in here and say, oh my goodness, look at what he did. He chased down Devin Shane. Oh my gosh. He says, yeah, but if he was in the right position, he would have tackled him for a 2-yard gain. He said, but one of the things he's really noticed in this offseason is how B.J. Allen has improved with his understanding of how the defense operates and what his role is. He says he's not just an athlete out there, he's a complete football player. He knows where to line up now for sure. Big pressure here, and again, the sophomore taken down, breaking through for the sack for the Cedar Hill defense. Always love when you've got a number on the field that isn't on the roster. We have no number 91 on our roster for the Cedar Hill defense. We'll check on that in the quarter break, and we will return with quarter number 2 of Friday Night Football. 7-0 Cedar Hill after 1. Down 22, deep ball from Towns for Jaden Chambers behind the defense. Nice move into the end zone.
Wow! Friday Night Football, live on the WFAA YouTube channel. Every Friday night, all season.
And a lightning strike from Darian Peace.
Next up, a battle of unbeatens and the possible district title game in 8-4A Division I as the Carter Cowboys visit Wilmer Hutchins.
Back at Bearcat Stadium for quarter number 2 on Friday Night Football. And
knocking the ball down because Aledo had a pretty good screen set up right behind him, but a great play by Charles Hill right there. Charles Esters.
3rd down and 14. Aledo's been behind. Did land
not much you can do if you're JoJo Earl right there trying to get to a ball and you're double covered. But here's a huge 4th down that kept the offense on the field. I'm sure they're going to try to get the ball to Earl right here.
4th and 14. Hayden stepping up, has some room to run. Can he get to the corner? Steps through a tackle, and he's got the first down. Look at the sophomore make a play, and it's 1st and goal.
Great job right there by Hayden of feeling the pressure, evading it, finding the open space down the field, finding grass, open grass, as we like to say, and making a move right there on the linebacker to get the first down. And it's in moments like that, Mike, where you see a young quarterback kind of settle into his play and really take control of this game and take control of this offense. So great job right there of converting on 4th down.
So it'll be 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. And Aledo, who had an inauspicious start to this football game, the fumble on the opening kickoff, gave up 2 4th down conversions to Cedar Hill, who went in to take the 7-0 lead, then went nowhere on their opening drive and had to punt it away. Somehow now has responded, got a couple of stops defensively, and here comes their offense down the field, converting on 4th and 14 with the sophomore quarterback running for it, and they've got 1st and goal. Timeout on the field called by Cedar Hill. But a pretty impressive response from now, it's Aledo. We're not surprised when Aledo does good things, don't get me wrong, but this is an Aledo program that is not hitting the reset button, but is certainly having to fill some pretty major holes from last year's roster. You lose Jake Bishop, the starting quarterback, for 3 straight years, 3 state championships. You lose Jace McClellan, the running back who's now at Alabama, that may have been the best running back in America last year, certainly was on a very short list. You lose players like that. That's hard to replace, especially when you put a sophomore out there at quarterback, especially when you've got maybe not as many weapons as you'd like to have offensively. But JoJo Earl making some plays here early on, DeMarco Roberts running the ball hard, and I'm really impressed with what the sophomore Hayden just did there on 4th and 14 to convert the first down. This is a team that will have to kind of steadily grow up over the course of the season. Absolutely.
I mean, but Mike, when you have a great system in place like this Aledo program, I mean, it's really a plug-and-play system. And I mean, Robbie Jones has been here since 2000s. Since the 2000s. So he has created a very, very plug-and-play type of offense, and it's very easy when you got guys like Earl and Hayden and B.J. Allen to just plug in and play. So much credit to this Aledo program here and this great community of people. And I mean, it's just an credit. I mean, 9 state championships is it's not very heard of, and I mean, but again, just a great testament to their plug-and-play system here. I really enjoy it, and I think Hayden is going to have a lot of success here in his future. So.
They like his ability to throw the football, especially. Coach Buck said he's got the strongest arm they've had in a starting quarterback since Dylan Davis, who was the starter here in 15 and 16. So they really like what his future looks like. But at the same time, he's a sophomore. He makes sophomore mistakes. And Coach Buck said, sometimes that'll drive you crazy, but you know that the future is bright for this kid, and they like where this is all going. B.J. Allen in there, a quarterback here out of the Wildcat, carrying here on 1st down and goal from the 14 after the false start penalty. Knocked him back 5 yards, and he's not able to get much, maybe a yard.
Yeah, this is their change up, their switch up that they like to go to, whether it's B.J. Allen or JoJo Earl, to just bring in a different quarterback. And I will say, Mike, here in pregame, I don't know if anybody else saw it, but JoJo Earl has a pretty nice arm. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a pass here at some point in this game by JoJo Earl.
It's Allen in there at quarterback once again. Again, they will run the Wildcat with either him or JoJo Earl. Allen taking it himself, and again, well defended by Cedar Hill. They have been able to shed blocks. This time it's Jaheim Lowe once again making the stop. They've been very sharp.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they are just flying to the ball, Mike. I mean, their pursuit and their speed allows them to make up for some mistakes that they may make here or there. And a lot of times you can't really see that in a defense if a guy makes a mistake or not. But they have done a great job pursuing to the ball.
So here comes 3rd and goal from the 11. Hayden back in there. 2 backs in the backfield with him. Off play action. Pressure. Heaves. Earl. Did he get a foot down in bounds? Yes, he did. JoJo Earl
they
on
gave
the
it to him.
receiving
Great
end.
job.
Touchdown, Aledo.
Mike, I think they see here. Great
Did he
job.
indeed get the foot in?
Let's see it. Ooh.
I think he did. Are they now saying it's an incomplete pass? They initially signaled touchdown.
Yeah, I think they talked this one over.
The ball did come out at the end of the play, and they are indeed going to rule it an incomplete pass. Let's see this one more time. As you see his foot come down inbounds.
Yep, that left toe
but
got down.
I'll tell you what, that ball is in his grasp for an awfully long time. He's on his back. The play is over, and then it is popped free.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of that call. I think that should have stood. And now instead it's going to be 4th and goal. Oh, I'm sorry. We missed it. In our effort to look at the replay, a penalty flag came in. Okay. That was the issue. It's been knocked back now to the 21-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal once again from the 21. My apologies. We were so locked in on whether or not he caught the pass or didn't catch the pass. We missed a flag there against the Aledo offense. So that is why the play will come back, and it'll be 3rd and 21.
I mean, Mike, you got to give him some credit for that effort, though. I mean, catching it in traffic, getting the toe down in the back of the end zone. That's not only is that athleticism, but that's awareness of where you are on the field. And I mean, that's an absolute testament why this kid is a 4-star recruit going to LSU here next fall. So, I mean, just a great effort to try to come up with that play. I mean, could have been a really big play, and I think they should go back and kind of look that over, Mike, because I think he did get a foot in and have control of the ball. So,
well, he did, but again, remember they had the penalty flag. That's why it ultimately came back. I think it would have been a catch, and if they ruled it that as such, that would have been the correct call. He held on to that football, but again, the penalty brings it back and sets up a replay of 3rd down. Now 3rd and goal from the 21-yard line for the Aledo offense. It'll be Hayden in there again at quarterback. Roberts along with him in the backfield. And we'll see what they can draw up here on 3rd and 21. Hayden. Time. Earl trying to shed a tackle or across the corner and inside the 10-yard line. That'll make 4th and goal a bit more manageable. Perhaps make it a reasonable field goal attempt if Tim Buchanan elects to do so.
Absolutely. I mean, I applaud Coach Jones for picking a matchup. I know that Cedar Hill likes a 4-3 defense with 3 linebackers in the game, and to have Earl in the slot right there to create a matchup problem is huge. And that's a great recognition by their offensive coordinator, Robbie Jones, for Aledo. But put themselves in great field goal position right here.
It'll be a 26-yarder from the left hash, and it's up and through. And Cedar Hill is on the board. The Bearcats go down the football field and put 3 on. Clay Murador with the 26-yard field goal. 2:15 into quarter number 2. And it's 7-3 Cedar Hill. We do appreciate you being with us here on the WFA YouTube channel. 1,600 of you watching with us right now on YouTube Live. Again, let us know in the comments where you're watching from, who you're tuning in to see. If you're a big Cedar Hill fan, if you're a big Aledo fan, who you think's going to win tonight. Cedar Hill off to a good start with this 7-3 lead. Their defense has looked sharp tonight. Perhaps you think they've got the edge, or maybe you think Aledo's going to come back and win it here on their home field tonight. Let us know who your favorite player is. If you're tuning in from all around the country, perhaps, to see a grandson or a nephew play in tonight's game, let us know that in the comments as well. Please, and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button as well, because we will bring you a game every week here on Friday Night Football on the WFA YouTube channel. Kickoff fielded dangerously by Cedar Hill. A little bit of confusion there. Kevin Young came in and kind of swooped in front of Julian Austin, who had called for a fair catch, and decided, nah, this is my ball.
I mean, anytime you get a kickoff like that, the guys on the back end are very, very anxious to catch the ball and get going. I got to give a quick shout-out, Mike, to Brian Kutris that's tuning in with us, TCU equipment guy. I love that guy to death. He gave me every pair of gloves that I could ask for, Mike. So shout-out to him for tuning in with us.
Thanks to every single one of you that's tuning in right now on YouTube Live. And again, please share this feed around as well. Copy that link and send a text message to your friends and family in the Cedar Hill community, in the Aledo community, in the Texas high school football community at large, and let them know that they can tune in for what should be a really good football game tonight here in Parker County. Kylan Ashton with the carry here on 1st and 10 and picks up maybe 2. The down and distance marker, for whatever reason, reads 4th down. They'll fix that here momentarily. As Cedar Hill looks to the sideline for the play, his offensive coordinator Kyle Morales draws things up. Salter out of shotgun, motion man, read option, and Salter's going to take it himself. Big hole, steps through a tackle across the 45 and taken down from behind. Salter showing a little burst.
Absolutely, Mike, right there. Bringing that window dress in that speed sweep motion to get Salter up the field. I mean, it's almost like he's floating, Mike, getting up the field right there for a big gain, running through several tackles to get, tackled by the last man that could stop him from scoring. But, I mean, great play call right there to get Salter up the field for a first down.
Salter will have 3 wide receivers to the near side. Handoff up the middle, and Ashton with a head of steam across the midfield stripe.
Absolutely right there. Just a straight handoff dive right there to Ashton, and he is their slasher. They're multi-purpose guy, and they can, get him the ball on the edge. They can have him go right up the middle. He's a strong runner, and he is their slasher again, who can just kind of bring some very versatile attributes to the backfield right there with Salter.
2nd down and 6 just across midfield. Shout out to Gina Farmer, the former Cedar Hill athletic director, just dropping a note in the comments saying that she's tuning in. That ball in and out of the hands of Dwayne Blanton. He tried to kind of one-hand it as he got across the 40-yard line, and it falls incomplete. He was off and running if he had held on to it.
Absolutely. Big 3rd down right here, Mike. I'm interested to see if, they're going to continue to have Salter drop back, and it seems like he's been comfortable in the pocket, or if they're going to kind of try to get him on the perimeter and kind of give him that run-pass option. So big 3rd down right here, 3rd and manageable. I could imagine that, Salter's going to, kind of pick out his guy and make this thing work for first down.
Have to get to the 43 for a first down. Salter firing left, has a man, complete, first down. Hunched over to make the grab is Brian Rainey, the senior. And the Longhorns move the sticks again.
Great job of Brian Rainey right there. Quick note, he is a 3-time junior Olympian, so he has some speed, folks. He can run right by you in the blink of an eye. And I think he may have kind of gave that illusion right there on that route to pick up the first down. And a great throw of just getting the ball, in a great catchable spot. Not too high, not too low from Salter right there for a first down. So great job of picking up a play and a great play call right there.
Fresh set of downs and another handoff here for Kylan Ashton running left, strung out this time by the Cedar Hill defense for no gain. Sky Schoolfield in the comments on the YouTube channel saying her favorite player is Grace Heritage, who plays trombone in the Bearcat Regiment Band. We will indeed show you their show at halftime. And as a matter of fact, they gave us a little bit of a show pregame as well. They were out here going through their practice routine and making sure that everything was exactly as prim and proper as it should be for tonight's show on what is homecoming tonight here at Aledo. The Bearcat Regiment Marching Band was quite impressive pregame. I imagine they're going to put on a pretty good show for you guys at halftime as well. Salter kind of lost his footing there as he tried to throw near side, and it falls incomplete. His intended target on the play, Anthony Thomas.
Another one of their spacers, Mike. I mean, he can roll too. If they get him in the right position, in the right play call, he is a guy that can fly by night just like Rainey. So, I wouldn't be surprised to hear his name a couple more times tonight.
3rd down and 10 now, an opportunity here for the Bearcat defense to perhaps make a stop. Salter, 5 wides in the formation. Looking near side, fires, complete. It's Rainey again on the far side numbers, and he's got the first down Rainey on third down has been the conversion these last couple of times. Salter looking for him.
Absolutely right there. I do like the fact that Coach Lynn has commented about Rainey, saying that he's developed into a great receiver in the offseason, or this short offseason, I must say, due to the pandemic. But he has shown his elevation and his development as a receiver to add along to his junior Olympian speed. So it's great to see that young man playing tonight.
Salter running the option, stepping through tackles and inside the 10-yard line. First and goal, Cedar Hill.
Great play call right here, trying to get on the perimeter with just a simple speed option. They know that Salter can get up and down the field and go north and south with his vision, and right there he picked up a huge first down, Mike.
So it'll be first and goal from right at the 10-yard stripe. Salter with Young to his right in the backfield. Just past the midway point of quarter number 2 here on Friday Night Football, and Salter's going to take it up the middle, spinning through tackles and down to the 3-yard line.
Great play design right there to recognize man coverage and motion your running back out the backfield, and Salter just doing what he does and breaking tackles and getting inching closer and closer to that goal line. This young man is a really, really poised quarterback, so he knows how to make the right decisions and put his guys in great position to make plays.
Second down and goal. Carlos Lynn told us earlier this week that he feels like Salter is much stronger this year. That's one of the big improvements he made in the offseason, and showed a little bit of it right there. Now going to throw left side. Has a man. Did he hang on? No, they're going to say incomplete. Both officials came in and said that ball hit the turf. Incomplete pass, and it will be third and goal.
And that target right there, there's his backup quarterback, Cedric Harden. He is a sophomore, 6'2", big guy.
Yeah, correctly called. That ball did break loose at the end. Yeah, Harden, their backup quarterback, but just too good an athlete for them to not have on the field. They like to use him in a lot of ways.
Got to.
So now third and goal for Salter. 3 yards from pay dirt, trying to take a 14-3 lead. Shovel pass, caught by the offensive lineman. Touchdown, Cedar Hill. Miguel Massey on the receiving end of the tipped ball. There is a flag on the play. I'm not sure why that would be an eligible man downfield. That ball was thrown right at the line of scrimmage. Perhaps that's the flag, perhaps it's something else, but everything on hold for the moment. Miguel Massey saying, come on, man, pick up the flag. I want my big man touchdown. Watch this again as it bounces off of Kevin Young's hands right into the waiting arms of Massey for the touchdown. The officials gather together and say, yes, indeed, that touchdown will count. They pick the flag up, and it's 13-3 Cedar Hill.
Great job by the big man and just being aware, getting his eyes around, and ball popped right up to him. But that's just your common shovel pass right there, trying to get it to Young out the backfield. And just so happens that their big man, Miguel Massey, is there to just catch the tip and, kind of walk into the end zone untouched. So great job by the big man of getting him 6 points on the board tonight.
I mean, that's the touchdown of the year so far on Friday Night Football. That is fantastic. Miguel Massey, the 6'5", 285-pound senior left tackle on the receiving end off the deflection. 13-3 Cedar Hill pending the extra point, and again trouble with the snap, and this time they're going to have no chance to get the extra point off, and it will stay a 10-point game. Rhodes taken down in the backfield. They've had issues with the snap on both. Jaden Young, their deep snapper, both of their snaps on the PAT have been shaky. The first one was high, and frankly, big credit to their holder, Jaden Cardell, who got it down on the first one, and they were able to get it off and convert. This time, maybe an overcompensation. It was low, and no dice for Cedar Hill. It stays 13-3.
Absolutely, Mike. I mean, I've started out practice with those guys, those long snappers and punters and kickers, and those guys are very precise. They like to do things a certain way, and if it's off just by a little bit, sometimes it can kind of rattle them a little bit. So, I mean, to your testament, it could have been that first snap that could have, kind of rattled him a bit and gave him a low snap there. But they're going to have to kind of figure out a way to get that thing down, because it's plays like that that can come back and hurt you later on in the game, especially with the extra points on after a touchdown. So hopefully, the Cedar Hill special teams can find a way to overcome that hurdle. But again, just got to find a way to continue to keep this lead that they have. But, I'm not by far surprised that Aledo won't find a way to put more points up on the board. They are a phenomenal football program, Mike.
Longhorns set to kick it away with a 13-3 lead. 5:01 left in the second quarter. Another short kickoff fielded at the 30-yard line. This time it is JoJo Earl on the return, and he's able to get across the 36. Cedar Hill swarmed to him in a hurry. He can be so dangerous in the return game. And most importantly, he held on to the kickoff returns. Aledo had issues with that on the opening kickoff as Logan Flinta fumbled that opening kickoff. But this time, Aledo back on the field with their offense, 1st and 10 at the 36.
Mike, that's been a common theme this year, just these pop-up kicks and onside kicks. I think these special team coaches are kind of finding some fun with that.
A little bit of wind tonight here in Parker County, and I think, maybe you can play that to your advantage as Roberts with a nice carry lowers his shoulder and picks up the first down close to the midfield stripe. But that wind that everybody's dealing with tonight maybe, confuses the kickoff return team as that ball's kind of fluttering in the air. You can create chaos, and they already have once tonight. Why not try and do it again?
Absolutely. I mean, if you got if it, what do they say? If it's not broke, don't fix it. So great job of their special teams right there, and a great job of Roberts right there getting north and south. That kid is very versatile. He has some speed and power behind his pad. So
Hayden rolling right, throwing. Has a man complete across the 40-yard line. Nice catch, a really nice run route on the far sideline. B.J. Fleming on the receiving end, and it's another first down for the Bearcats.
Right there, Hayden just getting out the pocket, trying to get away from some of that pressure to find his open man Fleming down the field. And that's just a great play call and recognition that the Cedar Hill has a little speed on their back seven and their front four. So just getting Hayden out of the pocket, trying to keep him clean, trying to, keep him in a steady flow and stay, on schedule with the change. So great job of Hayden right there getting out of the pocket.
Roberts on the handoff. Nowhere to go here on 1st and 10. Coach Buck told us about the arm strength from the sophomore Hayden. We saw it right there. Yeah. That was a really nice throw, especially from a sophomore quarterback.
Absolutely, Mike. They like his future here, and they believe that he is a great program kid who's going to continue to grow in this Aledo offense, and he's showing it right there with his great arm there on the previous play, just getting the ball to his guy Fleming there down the sideline. So great job by that young man.
And I think another important thing that he's done so far tonight is he's been under control. He's played poised football. He had 3 interceptions 2 weeks ago against Frisco Lone Star in their biggest test so far. Tonight, no such issues. This time, though, taken down for maybe a loss of a yard on 2nd down and 9. Read option didn't play out for him very well. Really a nice play by Dyson because he made him think that he was going to go play the running back, but still was able to come back and make the tackle on Hayden.
Yeah, that's one of those things that you fear running the read option play is that defender can kind of play the balance between two guys. And right there, just a great job, again, by the Cedar Hill defensive, bending but not breaking and making the plays when they can. So here's a huge 3rd down. I'm sure they're going to try to get it to their man Earl out there in a matchup problem for the Cedar Hill linebacker core.
Hit as he throws, and that will fall harmlessly incomplete. That was indeed a forward pass. It'll be 4th down for the Aledo offense. But again, a nice job by this front four from Cedar Hill creating pressure.
Yeah, right there, just using that speed to bend the edge right there and get a hand on Hayden right before he releases. But he did have a wide open man running there towards the sideline right above the sticks for 1st down. But huge 4th down play right here. Going to leave Hayden in at quarterback. I believe that they are going to take their shot. They trust this young man. He's been doing a great job with, making great decisions here early in the game. And so I do believe that they're going to take their time and make the right play call for this young man because he can do it.
Ball at the 36, 4th down and 10 for Hayden. Pressure off the edge. Steps forward, gets the throw off. Can he get the first down? JoJo Earl across the sticks and they move them. What a play from Hayden and Earl to convert on 4th down, and now we have an official down on the field. As the training staff from Aledo comes running in to help out our official who went down on the play. That is the umpire, Jeff Cooper, our umpire tonight, down on the field. Perhaps we can run this back, and I'm not sure if it'll be in the frame or not what happened to our official. Actually, you can see it happen right, yep. Got taken out, and frankly, that's why JoJo Earl was open.
Yeah. Just got kind of got caught standing in no man's land right there, Mike.
And that was a big impact, too, that he did not see coming. No opportunity to brace for it or anything. You just hope that he didn't take a helmet to the head in the process of that contact. It's hard to tell from our angle here, but just an unfortunate circumstance here for, again, that's our umpire, Jeff Cooper tonight. Dan Rowe, the referee and crew chief this evening, and he's got the rest of his officiating crew huddled up discussing if indeed Jeff Cooper can't continue with his duties this evening. That, of course, shuffles the deck in terms of where the officials need to be positioned. It's a 7-man crew tonight. Dan Rowe, Richard Alvord, the head linesman, Dustin Farmer, the line judge, Carter Bedford, the field judge, side judge is Brian Buford, and the back judge is Carwin Shaw. So with a 7-man crew as opposed to a 5-man crew, it's a little bit easier to make that adjustment and do what you need to do. But, of course, the first concern right now is the well-being of Jeff Cooper, our umpire tonight, still down and being tended to by the Aledo training staff. Mark McGill and, I beg your pardon, Troy Little, the trainer for Aledo. Obviously, you hope that he'll be okay and be able to get back on his feet here. Looks like Coach Lynn is out there with him as well. And Coach Buck as well. Both head coaches out there to check on him. .244 to play here, second quarter from Bearcat Stadium in Parker County. And if you're just joining us, the official, our umpire this evening, Jeff Cooper, now just getting back to his feet. Took a big hit from one of the Cedar Hill defenders. He didn't see the defender coming. The defender certainly didn't see him either as he was trying to defend against JoJo Cooper, the Aledo wide receiver. Big contact, and as you can see, he's slow to make his way off the field. Again, he just hoped that there wasn't any contact to his head as he took that big contact, because it was a hard hit that he did not see coming. Cooper seems to be somewhat shaken off the cobwebs a little bit, but you got to imagine he's going to get checked, and our 7-man crew will make do with the other 6 for the rest of the way. Nice round of applause from the fans here on both the Aledo side and the Cedar Hill side. And as you see, one of the trainers really encouraging the near side Aledo fans to give Jeff Cooper a round of applause as our umpire makes his way off the field. He really did take a big shot.
He did.
Hopefully he will be okay. Takes a seat on the near side Aledo bench, and he'll continue to be taken care of by the training staff. Meanwhile, it is 1st and 10 after what was a sensational play by JoJo Cooper before all of that. Now the handoff goes to JoJo Earl. They're going to say he was down.
Great vision right there, trying to get north and south. Just a hair too late to make that cut. But, I mean, he had nothing but green grass in front of him, Mike, if he could have broken that tackle right there. But, again, just there, showing his versatility of being out wide on the perimeter running routes, and also put him in the backfield to hand him the ball a couple times. So, this Aledo offense can be very, very uncommon when it comes to moving their guys around.
2nd down and 8 for Hayden. Pressure off the edge again, trying to run away, and he cannot. Again, chasing him down from behind is Harvey Dyson. And the front 4 from Cedar Hill's defense has been the story of this football game. They have been in Hayden's face all night long.
Yeah, I mean, that's just great job of getting pressure right there. I mean, they are getting the edge and taking their speed around these offensive tackles and getting their way to Hayden, and just trying to kind of get him antsy in the pocket. So I can anticipate that, Aledo will try to kind of get him on the perimeter, get him away from some of that pressure, or add some more men to the pass protection to give him a little bit more time. But great job by the Cedar Hill defensive end of just using their speed to bend the edge and get the sack.
Mike Leslie and John Diar's here with you, high above Bearcat Stadium in Aledo, 13-3. The Cedar Hill Longhorns, the number 11 team in the state in 6A, lead the 2-time defending state champions in 5A Division II, Aledo, the number 2 team in the state in 5A D2 early on this season. 1:55 to play in the first half, and over 2,000 of you now joining us concurrently on the WFAA YouTube channel. We thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Please click the like button, drop a comment in the live chat. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're tuning in to see, who your favorite player may be. If you've got a nephew or a grandson that's playing tonight, or maybe you're a parent that's away on business that is tuning in from afar, let us know where you're watching from tonight as Cedar Hill tries to defend against Aledo on 3rd and 19 here from the 34-yard line. Hayden, straight drop, looking near side for Earl, and JoJo Earl makes the catch again down to the 21-yard line. That bites off a big chunk of those 19 yards to go. This kid has made sensational catch on top of sensational catch in this first half. He is as advertised.
Absolutely.
I mean, oh my goodness, what a catch, but it is still 4th and 6.
Yeah, great play call right there. We saw that play call earlier in the first quarter, getting the ball to JoJo Earl on the out route right there. And again, just recognizing, that man coverage, picking that best matchup and getting Earl matched up against some linebackers. I imagine that Cedar Hill is going to try to either make a change, bring another DB in or something like that. But if they don't, I do anticipate Aledo taking much advantage of that mismatch problem.
Aledo takes a timeout here as the play clock was set to expire. 1:08 to play in the first half. Aledo down to 1 timeout remaining. 4th down and 6 they face. Cedar Hill had used a timeout here just moments ago to try and keep as much time on the clock as possible prior to that 3rd down and 19. Aledo trying to make sure that if they get points here before the end of the half, they're the only points that are between now and the end of the half, as Cedar Hill does have the football to start the 3rd quarter. So Aledo trying to let that clock bleed down just a little further before they try and make something happen here in the final 68 seconds of the half.
Yeah, this is a big drive for Aledo to get on the board before halftime, to give themselves a little momentum going into the locker room at half. But they have been doing a great job on this drive of continue to find ways to get the ball to their playmakers and JoJo Earl and DeMarcus Roberts in the backfield, and we even saw B.J. Allen coming out of the backfield a couple times. So they are being very creative with their offense and finding a way to make their way up and down the field and trying to make Hayden more comfortable as being the young quarterback to take over this phenomenal offense. So I do anticipate that they can put up some points here before the half. But, again, this Cedar Hill defense has just been flying around, pursuing to the ball, doing their job. So this last, minute and 8 seconds of this first half is going to be very interesting to see, who can, kind of hold out the longest, Mike.
Cedar Hill started this game in brilliant fashion, recovering the kickoff, the fumble by Aledo on the opening kickoff. Cedar Hill kicked off a short, kind of wobbly kick, and the ball bounced out of Logan Flinta's hands, and Cedar Hill jumped on top of it. They turned that into the Caden Salter to Julian Austin 8-yard touchdown run to take a 7-0 lead. They lead at 13-3 now, but Aledo trying to carve into that on 4th down and 6 from the 21. Hayden with 4 wide receivers. Over the middle, complete, first down, and breaking through inside the 5-yard line is Jason Llewellyn, the big 6'5" tight end on the receiving end, and Aledo moves the sticks. It's 1st and goal.
Right there, Mike, again, just taking advantage of those mismatches on the inside of this 4-3 defense and just, finding their best matchups, and Hayden did a great job of, putting the ball where it needed to be, and Llewellyn just being a big playmaker and good with his hands as he is.
End zone, in and out of the hands of JoJo Earl on the out route. He was right at the goal line.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite squeeze it.
Ooh, just close.
Well-placed ball.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always the easy ones, Mike. I got to say, it's always the easy ones.
I don't know if I would say
hardest.
that was an easy catch. I mean, that was, he was diving. I mean, it wasn't an easy. I don't want to say that, he missed an easy ball.
Yeah.
But just considering the route, considering the positioning of the defense, that was where Hayden needed to put the ball.
That's true.
Just wasn't quite something that Earl could squeeze. So now 2nd and goal, 43 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Handoff up the middle for Roberts. Steps through a tackle for the touchdown. Aledo finds pay dirt. 40 seconds to play in the first half. And they've carved the lead to 4.
Just a simple handoff right there, Mike. Just giving it to their main man, Roberts, in the backfield. And he's just showing his strength, running through tackles and getting into the end zone for 6 points. And, I mean, outside of him being phenomenal in the backfield, he is a sensational cornerback. He just committed to Lamar on this past Wednesday. So this kid is a phenomenal athlete. And right there, again, you just saw his strength to get into the end zone right there to put 6 points up.
Extra point is good, and with less than a minute to play in the first half, Aledo finally able to finish the drive like they want to. Roberts into the end zone from 4 yards out. Credit to Hayden, the quarterback, converting on 4th down and 6. And by the way, making 2 good throws consecutively.
Yep.
3rd and 19, hitting Earl for what was, again, a fantastic catch. And then on 4th and 6, over the middle to Llewellyn to set up 1st and goal. 2 plays later, Roberts into the end zone, and it's 13-10. I got a text message from Nick Blackall, who is our digital coordinator for Friday Night Football, telling me that there's a gentleman in the comments. Apparently his name, his YouTube username is Cowboy Crunk NFL. Says he's watching all the way from the Middle East.
Wow.
Watching from Manama, Bahrain, naval support. He's in naval support, active duty. Watching from Bahrain. That may be a new record for Friday Night Football in terms of somebody being so far afield watching here on the WFA Digital Network. Cowboy Crunk, thanks so much for tuning in. We really appreciate every single one of the 2,080 that are watching right now on the WFA YouTube channel as we wind down the final minute of quarter number 2. If you're a big fan of the bands, we mentioned one person that was in the comments earlier saying that their favorite player to watch is one of the members of the band that's going to take the field in a little bit. You will see the halftime show from the Aledo High School Bearcat Regiment Marching Band coming up here just after the end of quarter number 2. Salter trying to make something of these final 40 seconds. Has a man over the middle and knocked away.
Great play.
He had Kevin Young, but the ball a little bit underthrown. And ranging to make the play is Keenan Hess.
Great play right there, that linebacker. Just feeling his way right there in no man's land and just getting his hands up at the last minute to get that PBU right there. Great play by that young man, Hess.
Hess, a returning starter. Needed every bit of his 6'1" frame to reach up and bat that one out of the air. And now 33 seconds remain for Salter and company to make something happen. 1 timeout for Cedar Hill. Salter stepping forward, firing, has a man again. It's Rainey. Did he catch the ball? Yes, he did. He stepped out of bounds so quickly, I wondered if maybe he had before he had secured possession. But a nice throw by Salter, and very quickly, here's Cedar Hill in business. 26 seconds to play. They'll set the sticks at the 32. Again, Cedar Hill still with 1 timeout remaining. Salter with 3 wides to the left side of the formation. Deep up the seam, into double coverage, and knocked away.
Taking a shot right there, Mike, for the end zone. And you typically see that from your offense, especially when you pass the 50 here late in this two-minute drive before half. And so, again, just a great job of Salter just taking what the defense gave him. Just kind of left it up there a little bit too long, and this Aledo defense was able to get under it and knock the ball down.
2nd and 10, down to 19 seconds to play for Salter. Pressure in his face. Evades it. Momentarily, flag on the play. That'll probably bring all of this back for a hold as the clock now down to 11 seconds. Tell you what, let me just say this. Caden Salter is different.
Yeah.
This kid is, I know all of this effort's coming back, but the throw he made to Rainey a moment ago was an absolute seed.
Absolutely. I mean, to be sprinting forward and just throw a dart about 30 yards down the field. I mean, again, like you said, Mike, he is very different, but that is why he's the number 3 dual threat quarterback in the country, and he is a Elite 11 finalist. So this guy is definitely as advertised and showing his abilities here tonight, Mike.
Maybe time for 2 more snaps here from Cedar Hill from the 42-yard line. Salter, left side for Rainey, and incomplete. They tried to set up the screen, and the throw just off target. Seven seconds. If you really hurried, maybe you could get a second snap off in this time frame.
Maybe so, but I could just imagine that Salter's just going to kind of throw it up to the end zone in a Hail Mary fashion. Try to get it to his biggest man out there out wide.
Maybe the final snap of the half. Salter heaving into the end zone into single coverage. Nice play to knock it away.
Great job.
Jaden Allen, that's the freshman, the little brother of B.J. Allen, knocking it away, and that is how half number 1 comes to an end. Great play by Salter, put it right on target. But nice recovery from Jaden Allen.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden Allen, I mean, you couldn't expect less. His bigger brother, B.J. Allen, is the LSU committing. So 2 brothers getting to play with each other here tonight. And, I mean, just not common to see from a freshman corner to make a play like that, but he understands the game. That's one thing that Coach Buck said about this young man. He understands the game and that he can play with on his varsity level, as being as young as he is. And right there, Mike, you just saw the example of him just playing the ball like he's taught to do. So great job by that young man.
13-10 the score at halftime. Cedar Hill leads Aledo on their home field.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause, please, for your 2020 Aledo homecoming court and your homecoming team.
Allow us to add our congratulations to Ashley Campbell, the homecoming queen here this year at Aledo High School. Halftime between Aledo and Cedar Hill, 13-10 the score after 1 half of play. Mike Leslie and John Diars back here with you on Friday Night Football. And John, a pretty impressive and back and forth first half of football. A bit lower scoring than maybe even what was expected, but these 2 defenses are very good, and they made some big plays in that first half.
I mean, yeah, Mike, it's exactly what we expected. I mean, 2, high-powered offenses with multiple weapons on both sides. Some guys playing both sides. And B.J. Allen, special talent, 4-star recruit. But again, I mean, like you said, I mean, these defenses are finding a way to get off the field, whether it be 3rd down or 4th down. We haven't seen a lot of punting tonight, so that's a true testament to the confidence that these offensive coordinators have in their offenses. And they're just finding a way to get downfield. I know for Aledo, they are very creative in getting the ball in different guys' hands, whether it be B.J. Allen, whether it be JoJo Earl, or DeMarcus Roberts has shown, flash from time to time. And so they're being creative. And then in the Cedar Hill offense, I mean, these guys are just finding a way. Caden Salter, I mean, just magnificent as a quarterback, shows his poise, his maturity as a quarterback, and shows why he's one of the best in the country. So, I anticipate this second half to be one for the books. These guys are coming out, swinging, two heavyweight powerhouses going at it. So I'm excited for the second half, Mike.
First half stats, Aledo with the edge in first downs, 9-7, 139 the total yards for Aledo to 130 for Cedar Hill. 84 through the air and 55 on the ground for the Bobcats, or for the Bearcats, I should say. 134 and 26 passing and rushing, respectively, for Cedar Hill. Not many penalties in this first half. 3 for 19 yards against Aledo, just 1 penalty for 10 yards against Cedar Hill. The 1 turnover, though, impactful in this football game. The fumble on the very first play of this game, the opening kickoff, fumbled by Aledo's Logan Flinta. And that led directly to 7 points for Cedar Hill. A big difference right now in this football game.
Yeah, I mean, the special team play, Mike, has been a difference in this ball game. Whether it's been, a blocked field goal or a low snap on a field goal, or whether it's been fumbled on a kickoff or 2. The special teams play by both teams, or maybe the make or break in this second half, Mike. So we shall see, who can turn it around, who can get it going the right way.
Individual stats here. Caden Salter, 8 for 18 for 104 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brant Hayden, meanwhile, for Aledo, 8 for 13 for 84 yards through the air. On the ground, Salter, 4 carries for 36 yards to lead the way for Cedar Hill. Kylan Ashton, their second leading rusher, with just 6 yards on 3 carries. Kevin Young has been bottled up. Hardly has touched the football so far tonight. 2 carries for 3 yards. For Aledo on the ground, DeMarco Roberts doing most of the damage. 8 carries for 50 yards and the touchdown run. JoJo Earl and Brian Allen have both carried 3 times for 8 yards, as it turns out. Receiving stats for Cedar Hill, Brian Rainey leading the way, 4 catches for 63 yards. And no surprise here, JoJo Earl leading the way on the receiving category for Aledo, 5 catches for 49 yards. Earl and Salter were our players to watch tonight. Yeah. And I can't tell you if I remember a time where our players to watch delivered in more demonstrative fashion than what we saw in the first half from these 2 players. Salter was fantastic, and Earl made some catches that were just out of this world.
Yeah, man. I mean, these guys are playing hard for their teams tonight. They are showing you exactly why they're among some of the best in the country. Earl's getting ready to attend LSU next fall, and Salter heading down there to Tennessee. I mean, these guys are showing you why they have worked as hard as they have, despite the short offseason that they had to prepare for this season. These guys are not letting anything distract them from, going out and doing their job and executing at a high level. And that's what you expect from major guys like that. So a major shout out to those 2 guys, our players to watch. They have definitely delivered tonight, Mike.
As we get ready for the second half here on Friday Night Football, just over 1,800 of you watching with us as we start to build our viewership numbers back up after halftime. Please share the feed around to anybody that you may know in the Cedar Hill community, the Aledo community, the Texas high school football community at large. Let them know that there's a real good football game going on tonight here at Bearcat Stadium, and that they may want to tune in and watch here on YouTube Live. It will be Cedar Hill football to start the second half. For all intents and purposes, they ended up starting both halves with the football because of the fumble on the opening kickoff. But with a 13-10 lead, it will be Caden Salter and company to make their way out on the football field here momentarily. Aledo set to kick it away. Clay Murador, their kicker. And we're underway in half number 2. A good kick, driving them all the way back to the 1-yard line. And here comes with a burst of speed, Anthony Thomas. And he's able to get out to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, first time we saw a kick deep tonight, Mike. And as we alluded to earlier in the game, these kickoff teams are finding creative ways to get their their onside kicks and pop and fly kicks up in the air. So a quick change up to start the second half. But as we mentioned before, I mean, Salter is a poised guy, and I'm interested to see how he leads his offense down the field on this series.
So Salter will be in shotgun, 3 wides to the bottom of the formation, but he'll hand off on 1st and 10. And Kevin Young with little running room once again. He has not been able to get untracked in this football game. Just his 3rd carry of the night. In the opener against Arlington, he had 15 carries for 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a fantastic junior year as well. but so far this evening, not able to be a big enough piece of the offense like he'd like to be, I'm sure. Throw on the near side, just a bit wide of the intended target. Looked like maybe even that Julian Austin stopped running the route there, John.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was surprised at how open he was. He had a little off coverage out here on the perimeter, and I think he just kind of checked up early. And I mean, no fault to either player. I think it's just a slight communication. But Salter putting the ball outside like he's supposed to, and those guys that make the adjustment.
3rd down and 9. Salter over the middle, has a man. It's Rainey, complete, first down.
Great job of Rainey right here, just working the middle of the field, identifying, the open spaces in between the zone. And it's a great job of coming up and making that tackle, because if this kid can get by you, he is gone. 3-time junior Olympian out here, showing his talents tonight as a developed receiver. So great job by him to get that first down.
So they convert on 3rd and long, and it'll be a fresh set of downs at the 41 on their own side of the field. Flags at the snap.
All start. Number 70 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Our referee, Dan Rowe, communicating the false start. 1st and 15 now as it's walked back to the 36 in Cedar Hill territory. Again, not many penalties to speak of in that first half. Only 3 against Aledo, only 1 against Cedar Hill, but now their second penalty of the evening sets up 1st down and 15, and it looks like it's about to be 1st and 20. They had Anthony Thomas in motion here, and I think maybe there was something herky-jerky about the circumstance in the backfield. Maybe that he thought the snap was going to come in time for him to catch it on the run, and he kind of checked up because it wasn't transpiring the way he thought it was going to. I'm not really sure, but it wasn't what Cedar Hill drew up for sure. Yeah,
just a little communication right there, and that motion coming from the boundary closest to the Cedar Hill sideline, it can be a little quick. And so, Salter has to call for the ball a little bit sooner to make that thing go smoothly. But here we are, 1st and 20.
Off the read option, here comes Salter, stiff-arming his way past the original line of scrimmage. He's got the first down. Caden Salter, as dangerous on his feet as he is with his arm, and it's 1st and 10.
Amazing vision right there, Mike, to get right up behind this offensive line and get north and south, and providing a great stiff arm right there to get out on the perimeter and pick up all of those penalty yards back. I mean, this kid can do it all, Mike. I mean, throwing it in the air, letting it fly, and just using his speed right there in the vision to get a first down. This kid is definitely one of the elite, top elite in the country.
I said it off the top of the broadcast, but man, is it ever true. He was a really good quarterback last year, but man, has he taken strides from junior year to senior year. Now we'll hand off here on 1st and 10. That's Kevin Young with a burst of speed off left guard.
Great job right there.
Caden Anderson with the tackle.
Yeah, Mike, to allude to your point, I mean, if you're Coach Lynn, that's exactly what you want to see from your All-American quarterback, to just continue to evolve throughout his career, and he is definitely showing why his work.
That was nearly intercepted, great. And that was the freshman that nearly stepped in front of it.
Jaden Allen.
That was dangerous, and there aren't many people on the field that would catch him. I'm not sure that he necessarily would have housed it, but he would have had a chance.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just playing with his eyes right there, Mike. I mean, reading the quarterback through and through. Didn't even take a back pedal. He just kind of ran the route for the receiver. And so a great job by Jaden Allen. I mean, the freshman has an LSU offer right now on the table, and we can see why, Mike. This kid can recognize offenses and play the ball the correct way. So great job by that young man. Yeah,
that is not a situation where he's just got an offer because his older brother's B.J. Allen, who's also got an offer. No, he's for real.
Yeah.
Timeout here, Cedar Hill, early on in the third quarter. Only a minute 50 into the second half, and the Longhorns have burned their first timeout prior to this 3rd and 4 snap. Next week here on Friday Night Football, the Carter Cowboys and the Wilmer Hutchins Eagles. Our next broadcast on Friday Night Football. These are the two best teams in District 8-4A Division I, a de facto district championship game. Still a lot of season left, of course, for either team to suffer an upset loss, perhaps, but there's a pretty decent separation between these two teams and the rest of the district. It certainly will appear that whoever wins that game 1 week from tonight here on Friday Night Football will win that district in 4A-D1. Give you a look ahead at the rest of our broadcasts here on Friday Night Football. We've got a few more beyond that schedule as well. We'll have a game on the 20th of November that is still TBD. And then on December the 4th, we will have Frisco Lone Star and Denton Ryan squaring off in the district finale for each of those two teams. So still 6 games left to go in the regular season here on Friday Night Football. We hope you will join us for each and every one of them, as we are now back up over 2,100 people watching concurrently here on YouTube Live. 3rd down and 4, Salter out of the pocket, and he's going to be able to run for it. Flag down behind the play. Lots of running room for Salter, still on his inside the 15. But you imagine this is all coming back as the officials are saying to the chain crew, hang tight, don't move just yet, as that was definitely thrown in the area of what you'd expect to be a hold.
77. No first down.
Miguel Massey, the senior left tackle who has a touchdown reception on the evening. He's had a heck of a night, but that's not the thing that he wanted to happen in that moment, as it was a big play there from Caden Salter as he got outside the pocket, but it all comes back, and it will be 3rd down and long now.
Yeah, Mike, big man got him a touchdown in the first half off a tipped little shovel pass right there, got in the end zone. So I know he'll be excited tonight if they can pull out this win.
So 3rd down and 14 now for Salter. 5 wide receiver set. Clemmer, the motion man, throwing it over the middle. That's Thomas. He's got speed. Can he get to the 1st down marker? It looks like he has. Yes, indeed. 1st down, Cedar Hill. They have some interesting route combinations to get guys open.
Yeah.
And it works out here. Little pick route, it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. Here at the lower part of your screen and at the top, you had 2 receivers kind of running go routes there, trying to clear it out for the man coming underneath. So very interesting play concept and call and routes right there for a big 1st down.
Ball at the 36 in Aledo territory. They'll hand off for Ashton. And very well defended by the Aledo front 7. Beg your pardon, that's the first carry of the day for Chris Allen. Officially no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 right here inside the 40. Mike, I would imagine that they would try to, either take a shot deep or get it here on the edge. Something, Salter's been able to do, evading the pressure and finding his man downfield. So I would imagine they would try to take a shot here.
5 wide for Salter. Scanning. That ball is caught short of the line to gain. And now another flag on the play. Caden Salter can't believe the call. So it's Massey once again, his 2nd penalty on this possession. As it looks like it was a bit of an option play of sorts. They had the option to throw to the right side. They tried to set up the screen on the near side as well.
Yep.
He thought the ball was coming behind him, and he ran downfield. 2nd down and 15. Salter, QB draw, all kinds of daylight, and very close to the 1st down marker. They're going to mark him just short.
Good old quarterback draw right there, Mike. Get an empty backfield, 5 receivers out wide, making the defense expand, and they have to respect their passing game because Salter has just been letting it fly all night, and right there be able to just pick up a lot of that penalty yardage back. So I guess that's kind of the twofold thing, Mike, where, you got a quarterback like that can make up some big penalty yards.
3rd and 1. Nearly a false start again. Handoff goes up the middle, and I'm not sure he got it. I'm not sure he gained a yard. Kylan Ashton stood up at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 4th down and short.
Great job. Great job by the Aledo defense, holding up tight right there on 3rd down.
So Salter will be in shotgun. On 4th and less than a yard, they've got a 5 wide receiver set. Under 8 to play, 3rd quarter. Perhaps our first big inflection point of this football game right here. Salter. Trouble. has a man, complete first down and an awful lot more. Inside the 5, touchdown, Javian Clemmer on 4th and a yard. A house call for Cedar Hill.
Great recognition right there, Mike. They were bringing an all-out blitz by Cedar Hill, and Salter just giving it a little shake and bake right there out of his drop to find his man wide open in the middle of the field, and then diving into the end zone for a touchdown. I mean, just great poise again by this dual threat quarterback. I mean, again, showing why he's one of the best in the country, finding his guys to put 6 points up on the board.
I talked with Caden Salter pregame, and he had a little something to him. And he said, if they come on the blitz, we got a little something for them. And you saw it right there on 4th and less than a yard. The 27-yard touchdown pass to a wide open Javian Clemmer. And it is 20-10, Cedar Hill. When you're a wide receiver and you catch a pass in a big spot like that and you turn and look upfield and you see nothing but green, what is that moment like?
Get there now. Get to the end zone right now, Mike, as soon as possible, because it's not often that happens. And as a receiver right there, I mean, you got to expect that ball to come out quick, especially when you identify that it's man coverage and everybody's hugging the line of scrimmage. So great job by Clemmer of just kind of finding that open hole right there and, you know, shooting to the end zone as fast as he possibly could to get in for a touchdown. And just, again, another great play call by this Cedar Hill offense. I mean, they are finding a way to move the ball up and down the field.
Kyle Morales, that Cedar Hill offensive coordinator, his 17th year with the Longhorns, an Ennis High product, went to Texas A&M as well, and leading this offense for the Longhorns as they put 20 on the board now on this Aledo defense. Kickoff fielded at the 18-yard line on the far side by Roberts, and he lunges forward across to the 28-yard line.
Got a flag down.
Offsides. Kicking team, number 20. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
So you can tack an extra 5 yards onto the end of Roberts' kickoff return. They'll bring it out to the 33. Call it the 34, in fact. 1st and 10 for Aledo. The Bearcats offense finally got unlocked a little bit there late in the second quarter, drove down the field and scored with just 40 seconds to play in quarter number 2. We'll see if they can carry over, John, some of that momentum from the first half here.
Yeah, it seems to be the case, Mike. I mean, they are finding a way, again, to just get the ball out on the perimeter and dialing up some great concepts for the receivers to get open in their empty set. So, great job by those guys.
Hayden's going to keep it himself on the read option. A little bit of miscommunication there in the backfield. I think that Roberts thought he was supposed to take the football there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a little iffy right there, Mike, on the read option. I mean, it's kind of in between. You got two defenders right there in your face. I mean, you know, it's either, you know, I take the blow for the team, or I let my running back get blasted by two guys. But great job by Hayden to, you know, pick up 5 right there on the run.
Second down for Hayden. This time he will give to Roberts. Nice cut up field and very close to first down yardage. Indeed it is. Good crowd here in Parker County at Bearcat Stadium. Social distancing in effect, I'll say. I'm not going to say that it's flawless, but they're trying. Yeah. They've got signs posted everywhere. You know, certain rows aren't to be sat in, and I do see a propensity of masks. So,
yeah. I mean, it's just family environment here, Mike. I mean, you can't separate family, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, yeah. they want people to sit with people that they live with. Yep. That's a circumstance where that is a safe environment, and then each of those pods, of course, separate out and create that distancing. And try and keep everybody as safe as possible. Last week was a bad week for high school football. This week, it seems anyways, at least better. Hopefully we continue on that trajectory and keep everybody safe and allow this season to continue. Roberts with the second down carry picks up maybe a yard right to the 50-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Big third down play call right here. I believe that, they're going to try to find a way to find their best matchup. And they've been doing that on the inside against this Cedar Hill defense who plays 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers. They've been finding a way to kind of pick a mismatch and kind of go with it. And Hayden has been doing a great job of making a great decision when he's had time. So a huge third down right here.
Hayden on 3rd and 4. Earl near side, and it's in and out of his hands. Kind of bobbled it. It was a high throw. And he had defenders bearing down on him. Even if it was a clean catch, I'm not sure he would have been able to turn up field necessarily. But that forces what may just be our first punt of the football game. No, there was one Aledo punt.
Yeah.
There was one Aledo punt in the first quarter. So only the second punt of the game so far tonight. Kevin Young deep to return. Backtracking to his own 20-yard line. Good high punt. Young calls for the fair catch. Backtracking. Did he touch that football? Flag on the play. He was able to get back on top of it all the way back inside his own 10 at the 9-yard line. And we'll check the flag. But a good punt. Perhaps this is kick-catch interference. There was an Aledo player behind him that he kind of backtracked into as he tried to make the fair catch. There certainly wasn't any intent in that circumstance by the Aledo player. He just ended up behind the play. Be interested to hear what they decide here. It is indeed.
15-yard penalty from the spot. First down.
So that gets Cedar Hill out of what would have been a pretty big hole deep in their own territory. Instead, walk it all the way out to the 34-yard line. Because it was from the spot, when you compare where the football was to where it is now, it goes down as a 26-yard penalty. And it's 1st and 10. And Caden Salter's back out on the football field once again. Pitch it to Young. And well strung out by the Aledo defense. No gain.
Yeah, Mike, they're trying to get Young going in the running game, and he's just had a tough time finding those lanes and trying to get north and south in a hurry. But he is a guy that can catch fire really quickly, as we saw him last week, having 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards rushing. So I think they're going to continue to try to, filter the ball through him a little bit more to get the run game going, but they have had tremendous success in this empty set that they're in right now.
2nd and 10. Little pop pass over the middle, incomplete. Trying to find his tight end, Dwayne Blanton, and that was a rifle.
Just missed him.
I'm not sure Blanton ever saw that football. That thing was humming.
Absolutely was. Salter's trying to get it through traffic, and that is a dangerous throw, especially when you got defense kind of flowing, left and right. That's a dangerous throw to try to make across the middle of the field. But Salter's confident. But like you said, just may have been a little bit too hot for Blanton to see right there on that 2nd down play.
So another big opportunity here for the Bearcats defense. They haven't been able to force a punt today. Can they create an opportunity here on 3rd and 10? Bring in the pressure. Salter throws over top of it. Young can't make the catch. Salter put it right on him, but Young got twisted around a little bit and was backtracking and couldn't haul it in.
It's just one of those ones, Mike, where you just got to kind of keep running under it and kind of track it. That's a very difficult play to make right there by Young. A guy that's, used to kind of going north and south as a running back and, having to kind of torque his body right there on 3rd down. So definitely a difficult position to be in and try to make that catch. But like you said, Salter put it right on the money.
So back-to-back punts now after we had seen just one in the first half. And they come after it. Very close to a blocked punt, a high punt that will take a decidedly Aledo bounce out to the 46-yard line. It is down there. But a nice sequence for the Aledo defense and, frankly, the Aledo special teams as well, getting a positive bounce. And great field position now for the Bearcats.
Absolutely, Mike. This is their opportunity to get in this ball game and, put some points up on the board as we're getting ready to kind of close out this third quarter in the last 4 minutes. So they've gotten 2 stops back-to-back. And so, again, here's their opportunity to, put 6 points on the board and put themselves back in this game and make it a one-possession ball game. So,
just shy of 2,400 of you with us right now on the WFAA YouTube channel. Thanks so much for being with us on Friday Night Football. The 1st and 10 carry goes to DeMarco Roberts. Give him maybe 3 on the carry out to the 49. As JoJo Earl took the snap out of Wildcat quarterback, Hayden will come on now here for 2nd and 7. If you're just joining us, Caden Salter, 3 touchdown passes on the night. 1 to Julian Austin just a few moments ago. He threw 1 to Javian Clemmer, and in between those 2, he threw a touchdown pass to his left tackle, Miguel Massey, on a deflected shovel pass. Those are the 20 points tonight for Cedar Hill. DeMarco Roberts with a touchdown run for Aledo. Their 1 TD of the evening. They also kicked a short field goal thanks to Clay Murador from 26 yards out. 20-10 our tally right now. Roberts for a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Big 3rd down right here, Mike. I'm interested to see if, Earl is going to be in the back. No, he's out wide there in the slot. So, again, trying to find the matchups, against some of these linebackers. I see they, kind of put a safety over the top of them to kind of double them a little bit, but huge
Ball
3rd down play.
Hayden taken down in the backfield. I think it was a play-action pass, and it got caught on the hip of his running back. Frankly, they're fortunate that he was able to get back on top of it, but it's going to be 4th down and 7, and they'll have to punt it away again.
Yeah, Mike, I mean, just a mishandle of the football right there on a play-action. I think he may have had Earl down the field. I know when I looked up, Earl was down the field by himself, so he may have had him had he, held on to the ball, but a huge mistake on 3rd down right there, having to give the ball right back to Cedar Hill.
Line drive punt. Bounces inside the 5. Aledo. Did they touch in the end zone, though? The officials are going to talk this over. This may end up coming out as a touchback. No, they're going to give them. It appears anyway. They're going to give them the down of the football inside the 1-yard line.
Perfect.
I mean, you can't do it any better than that. They were aggressive coming in here trying to grab the football, and maybe too aggressive. I'm a little surprised, honestly, that they gave it to him.
Yeah,
but it is going to be 1st and 10, Cedar Hill inside the 1-yard line. We did see a 99-yard touchdown drive last week here on Friday Night Football, courtesy of the Mansfield Timberview offense. We'll see if Cedar Hill can repeat the feat. Salter from 5 yards deep in his own end zone. Looking deep up the right sideline. How about in one play? Nice catch. 1st down.
Jaden Moore right there.
Nothing phases Caden Salter, man. 2 defenders right in his face, steps into the throw. 1st down.
I mean, just composure right there, Mike. I mean, just composure out of a kid who's done nothing but develop throughout his career and become one of the top quarterbacks in the country. And then a big catch by Jaden Moore, a 6'3" senior right there. He is pretty sure-handed, as Coach Lynn has mentioned before. And so just a big play to give themselves a little bit of breathing room. And here they are in the empty set again, which they've been having a lot of success out of.
A 38-yard pickup to get out of the shadow of their own end zone, and now 1st and 10. The carry goes to Kevin Young, right guard, pickup of 8.
It's a little window dressing right there to have a straight north and south downhill run right there by Young. And, I mean, despite, his inability to pick up major gains tonight, he has picked up some critical yards for the short runs that he has had, Mike.
Again, they give it to Young. Now he's starting to get some action in this football game. He was quiet in the first half, but back-to-back carries and another 1st down, and just like that, Cedar Hill is into Bearcat territory.
Kevin Young, as Coach Lynn mentioned earlier this week, he's their machine. He's not afraid to get behind his pads. He's a hard worker. Everything he does is focused and intense, and as you guys can see, he's not afraid to run up against 2 or 3 defenders. Picking up the first down right there.
Final 30 seconds of quarter number 3. Feels like this game has gone quickly tonight, and Aledo needs a stop right here on this drive. Salter, deep middle. Incomplete contact, but no flag. Brian Rainey got up looking for one, but they call it incidental contact as they got their feet tripped up. And it's 2nd and 10.
Trying to take a shot right there to their speedster, Rainey. He had a step on the defender, just a little bit too much, and couldn't really get to it and got tripped up on the way. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get it back to him. He is their speedster, a 3-time junior Olympian, so he can definitely fly people.
2nd and 10. Salter again with 5 wides. Now motioning into the backfield is Thomas. They're going to try and run the option. Salter, give him 9 on the carry. And he was still, even though Thomas was, 9 yards away from him, not exactly the greatest option-pitch relationship between these two, but he was still looking for him as he cut upfield. But a pickup at 9 for Caden Salter. And that will be the final play of quarter number 3. Cedar Hill leading by 10 and driving as we head to the 4th. The Aledo Bearcats have lost just 3 games on their home field in the last decade. A year ago against Denton Geyer in late August, back on the 5th of September in 2014 against a team out of California, and on the 9th of September in 2011 against Lake Travis. Those are the only 3 losses they've suffered on this field in the last 10 years. But heading to the 4th, Cedar Hill with a 20-10 lead and driving. This is a drive that began John DeArce on the 1-yard line. Yep. Now they face 3rd down and 1 at the 38 in Aledo territory.
A lot of that success came from that big throw from Salter to Moore down the sideline for a big catch. And so they have potential to cap this drive off with points. But again, this Aledo defense has shown their ability to get off the field on 3rd down.
3rd and 1 for Salter. Handoff middle, twisting. I don't think he got there. No. Not by the spot of the far side lineman, or line judge, I should say. Kylan Ashton on the carry. And for the 2nd time in this half on 3rd down and a yard, he comes up short. Now, the last time that happened, it worked out rather well for Cedar Hill. That led to the touchdown pass by Caden Salter. Let's see what they can draw up this time for the Longhorns on 4th down and a yard from the 38. Salter with 4 wides, going to keep it himself. Driven back. Aledo with the stop on 4th down.
Big play right there, Mike. Big play.
Caden Anderson, the stud defensive end, making the play. Also in on the tackle was Kyle Thompson. That left side of the defensive line driving Salter back. And it's Bearcat football. 11:24 to play, 4th quarter, down by 10. And here comes the sophomore Hayden as Aledo tries to capitalize on the biggest defensive play of the game so far tonight. Hayden looking deep. Earl catches it on the bobble. Is there anything this kid doesn't catch?
He has. I think he got magnets inside his gloves, Mike. He got to have something. This kid hasn't dropped too many passes tonight. I mean, every catch he's made has been miraculous, Mike.
You throw JoJo Earl the football, and it's like a tractor beam, and it just continues to make its way into his hands. Kid is unbelievable. 1st and 10, Aledo at the 42 in Cedar Hill territory. 1 minute gone by, fourth quarter. Little reverse here. And even that he catches. Earl cuts up field. 1st down and then some. Ducks inside a tackle, and he's inside the 30.
It's exactly what they want, Mike. Get the ball into the hot man's hand, and Earl definitely has the hot hand right now. They will use him in multiple ways to be creative on the reverse right there and got the big 1st down. So this kid is definitely showing his ability right here in a big-time moment in this game where it matters. They have to score on this drive to give themselves a chance in this ball game, Mike.
1st and 10 at the 26 in Cedar Hill territory. Hayden, hands off, Roberts. Cutting upfield and backpedaling. Give him 7 on the carry.
Like I mentioned earlier, Mike, I like Roberts. He can get north and south in a hurry. He's always falling forward, always fighting for extra yards, and he's very versatile. He has the speed, the power, everything that you can ask for out of a back, and he's doing a great job here tonight of picking up positive yardage.
Runs a lot bigger than his 5'10", 165-pound frame, too.
Absolutely.
2nd and 4. And he'll get the call again. Nice cut out the back door. Roberts to the house.
Right on cue.
Touchdown. And Aledo is inside of 4 points.
Right on cue, Mike. Just like we just mentioned, Roberts can do it all. He has the speed. He has the vision. He has the elusiveness to get outside the defense, to get on the perimeter, and get into the end zone for 6 points to give Aledo a fighting chance back in this game, Mike. But only being down by 3 with plenty of time left in this ball game to make their way back for a comeback victory.
DeMarco Roberts in for 6, and pending the extra point, it is 20-17. It was only moments ago we were mentioning how rare it is for Aledo to lose on their home field. Cedar Hill was driving up 10, looking like they might add to the lead. Big 4th down stop. Beautiful catch by JoJo Earl. Couple of nice runs from Roberts. And then he sneaks out the back door. And this run is that cutback right there. And goodbye. Around the corner for 6. 9 minutes, 55 seconds to play. 4th quarter on Friday Night Football. The Aledo Bearcats, the number 2 team in the state in 5A Division II, the 2-time defending state champions at that level. And some trouble there on the kickoff. Backpedaling to make the catch on the fair catch is Jaden Allen. Beg your pardon, is Mario Buffin. He did make the catch, but it was dicey to say the least.
Absolutely. I mean, that pop-up kick can be confusing if you're any of those up-backs on your kickoff return team. But, I mean, great job of calling out the fair catch right there and getting under that ball. That could have been a very, very huge mistake for Cedar Hill.
Right in the same area, too, where the opening kickoff was fumbled by Logan Flinta. Roberts with 2 touchdown runs on the day to cut it to 3, and now back comes Caden Salter and company. Salter ducking the tackle, and now he's taken down in the backfield. Caden Anderson with the sack, and you can just feel the momentum in the building shifting over the course of the last 2 or 3 minutes. This is a tough place to play. I knew that coming in, but having never really had a chance to experience it personally, I couldn't say I knew. You're seeing it right now. Even in a socially distanced 50% capacity, COVID, circumstance crowd, still it's a hard place to play. And again, the defense gets to Salter.
They are fired up right here, right now, Mike. This defense is playing ball. They are penetrating this offensive line and just giving Salter a hard time. They even got him a little rattled in the pocket for the first time in the game. And so they are making a difference right here when it really matters, Mike.
Can we run that play back one more time? Watch Sam Foreman, the middle linebacker, number 20, right in the middle of your screen, spying Caden Salter, gets around his block and makes the play. And now it's 3rd down and a mile. 3rd and 21 for Salter. Stepping forward in the pocket. Heaving right at the sticks. That may be enough for a first down. What a catch by Javian Clemmer. He is right at the first down marker as Salter unleashed another pill. And it is indeed enough for a first down. Look at this throw. First and 10. Ball at the 37 for Salter. Kevin Young able to stumble his way forward, pick up about 5 on the play. Aledo with all 3 timeouts remaining. Cedar Hill with 2. Down to 8 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Salter, play action. Middle, ball was behind him, but I think he did indeed. No, they're going to say that ball hit the ground. Pass was intended for Jaden Moore. He tried to backtrack and hold on to a ball that was behind him and couldn't quite squeeze it. And it'll be 3rd down and 5. 2,400 of you with us on the WFA YouTube channel. Again, please share this feed around. Post it on your Twitter feed. Post it on your Facebook feed. Text it to your friends and family. Let people know that we got a good one here in Aledo. 20-17 the score in favor of Cedar Hill. Longhorns with the football once again, but facing 3rd down and 5, and now some confusion on the field.
Game clock, 7 minutes, 38 seconds.
Clock had wound down to 7:21, but they add 17 seconds back on it.
Start on the snap.
On 3rd and 5, Salter. Pressure ball on the deck. He was able to grab it back. Still alive. Fires. Open man. First down.
My goodness.
Clemmer inside the 40. What a play by Caden Salter. Is there anything this young man can't do?
He is a magician, Mike. I mean, loses the ball right here, trying to evade pressure, and then gets outside on the perimeter, stops his feet, makes a defender miss, and just throws a dime to Clemmer right there, Javian Clemmer, for a first down. I mean, huge play, huge play. I mean, this kid is a magician, Mike. I mean, he can do it all.
That was fantastic. Almost disastrous on 3rd and 5. At minimum would have had to punt the ball away, if not turn it over in your own backfield. Instead, he scoops it up and converts first down, and they're into Aledo territory. Young with nowhere to go here, maybe even lost a yard. What a night from Caden Salter. 3 touchdown passes. He has been a nightmare for Aledo to try and stop tonight. 2nd and 11, and he'll go to the air again. Deep ball near sideline, into single coverage. Nice adjustment on the ball, honestly, but incomplete. Slightly underthrown as Moore tried to get underneath it, but couldn't.
Right there, Mike. He was trying to hold off the defense to his left side as much as he could to get that ball over there to Jaden Moore, but just a little short on the delivery. Great job of Moore trying to adjust, but just not enough to get into the end zone.
Caden Salter now by himself, over 300 total yards tonight. 241 passing yards and 3 touchdowns, 67 more yards rushing. He has been the show tonight for Cedar Hill. And now he faces 3rd down and 11, and Cedar Hill will call timeout before this 3rd and long.
Timeout. Cedar Hill.
We certainly hope you guys have enjoyed this one on the WFAA YouTube channel. Mike Leslie and John Diar's here with you in Parker County. Clay Marshall, our director this evening. Our photographer is Dwayne Watkins. Our digital coordinator back in-house is Nick Blackhall. The technical director of Friday Night Football is Don Hazen. And our executive producer is Sean Hamilton. 6 minutes, 31 seconds to play, 4th quarter. Cedar Hill now just with 1 timeout remaining. They burned one early on in this second half. I think only a minute 50 in, if memory serves, to the 3rd quarter. They had to burn a timeout. They used one here before a key play on 3rd down and 11. Aledo still with all 3 timeouts and trailing by 3. They may indeed need all 3 of those timeouts.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a huge 3rd down play for Aledo right here. They have definitely picked up the tempo on defense and, getting to Salter, making him uncomfortable in the pocket and picking up some big plays here on this drive. But this is a huge, huge 3rd down for this Aledo defense.
Salter with a 4 wide receiver set. Motion man is Young out of the formation. He's going to keep it himself. QB draw. What a brilliant play call, and Salter's got the 1st down inside the 15.
Mike, this play call right here, we saw it earlier in the game. Motioning Young out the backfield and making the defense shift and opening up the middle of the field for him to run a quarterback draw. So great job again by Kyle Morales for Cedar Hill, and just dialing up these play calls as often as he is, giving Salter the game to make the decision that he's making. And tonight, Mike, he has been a true magician in making some things happen.
Fresh 1st down at the 14-yard line for Salter. Thomas on the little pop pass, and really well defended by Cedar Hill.
Keenan Hess right there on the tackle.
What a great job to shed the block.
That's teach tape. That's what we like to call teach tape, Mike, where a linebacker can shed a block right there and get him down on the ground and make a open field tackle. I mean, that is absolutely technical sound right there by your senior linebacker in Keenan Hess.
Fall has arrived here in North Texas. 53 degrees here in Aledo. Something that doesn't happen very often in Aledo, though, in the fall is a loss on this field. A chance to make that happen here for Cedar Hill. The completion on the left side will get them back to the original line of scrimmage and set up 3rd and 10. He did squeeze that. It looked like he nearly dropped it, but a nice catch there by Rainey. Under 5 to play here in the 4th.
Big 3rd down again for Aledo right here. Opportunity to get off the field. I would imagine that they're going to leave somebody in the box to account for Salter, as he's shown multiple times that he can get loose on 3rd down.
And a false start is going to make it 3rd and 15. Caden Salter barking at his right tackle, Josiah Jefferson, who jumped prior to the snap. Cedar Hill has 2 kickers. William Rhodes handles their PATs, but Jaden Cardell, their punter, has the bigger leg and would handle any possible field goal for Cedar Hill. Where the football sits right now at the 19-yard line, it would be a 36-yarder from that left hash if they're not able to gain any yards here on 3rd down and 15. 4:20 to play in the 4th. Salter firing, nearly intercepted, but knocked away. Steffi on the deflection, and it's 4th down for the Longhorns.
Steffi, I mean, just playing his technique right there, playing through the receiver to the ball. An amazing job by that young man. He is a 300-pound bench and a 500-pound squatter as a corner, Mike. I mean, this kid is beyond what you would expect from a cornerback in Steffi.
We've already seen Aledo make one 4th down stop here in the 4th quarter. Do they have another in them? 4th and 15 for Salter. Pressure in his face, throwing near side, too tall and incomplete. Aledo with another huge defensive stop. And the Bearcats down 3, have 4:10 to work with and all 3 timeouts as they're going to try and drive down the football field here and tie or take the lead. Ball sits at the 19-yard line for the sophomore quarterback, Brant Hayden. 3 wides to the near side. He'll swing it out on the right-hand side for Roberts. Nice move to get around the edge and make a positive play out of it.
Great job by Hayden right here, just finding his man right down the outlet. Just nice little check down to Roberts. And again, Roberts, as shifty as he is, making the guy miss, getting down the sideline for a big play to make it 2nd and short right here.
Give him 7 officially on the play. Roberts with the only 2 touchdowns of the night for Aledo. And he'll get the carry here. Should be enough for a 1st down.
Big drive right here for this Aledo offense, Mike. They have about 3:56 and counting to get down in the red zone and potentially either tie this ball game up or go ahead and take the lead with a touchdown. But they have been doing a great job on their last couple of drives of finding a way to drive the field.
1st and 10 at the 29. Roberts lowers his shoulder. 5 more. Roberts now pushing 100 yards on the night. The 2 touchdowns. Hayden off play action, deep up the middle, into trouble, intercepted. Picked off by Kendall Stevens. Cedar Hill's defense makes a big play on the overthrow by Hayden.
Right there, Mike, just trying to take a shot here late in this 4th quarter, trying to hit his receiver over the middle of the field. I'm not sure what he saw right there. I mean, I understand wanting to take a shot here late in the game, but, you know, just got to kind of take what they give you this late in the game and try to make your way up the field. But that's a great job by the Cedar Hill defense of just kind of disguising their coverage and creating a major turnover here in this late 3 minutes of this ball game, trying to give themselves a chance to close out this game.
These are the challenges of a sophomore quarterback.
Yep.
And, you know, he's a fantastically talented kid. We've seen him do a lot of good things tonight, but sophomores make sophomore mistakes. That's why they're called sophomore mistakes. It happens from time to time, and it happened right there to the Aledo quarterback. Kevin Young carries on 1st down here. Now, they still have all 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
They'll, I imagine, use one right here. Perhaps not, at least not yet. They're going to be patient here. 2:45 and moving 4th quarter.
Yeah, they want to be as smart as they can with these timeouts, Mike. I mean, here late in the 4th quarter, I mean, you have all 3. But you definitely want to take your time. Well, not necessarily take time, but you want to be very strategic in how you use them because you're definitely going to need them on offense, trying to move this ball up the field in the 2 minutes offense.
You can't help but wonder, though, will Caden Salter let you get the football back right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whistles once again, and it looks like Cedar Hill is going to use their final timeout. They do indeed. 2:12 to play, 4th quarter, 20-17. Cedar Hill clinging to a 3-point lead. They had driven down the field just a few moments ago, got deep into Aledo territory, but a 4th down stop, the 2nd of the 4th quarter by this Aledo defense, gave their team the football back, but the interception just moments ago by Kendall Stevens, ending what Aledo certainly hoped was going to be a lead-taking drive here late in the 4th quarter. And Cedar Hill now trying to see if they can run out the clock on the Aledo Bearcats. We do want to remind you, next week on Friday Night Football, we are back in Dallas County. The Carter Cowboys and the Wilmer Hutchins Eagles, the two best teams in District 8-4A Division I, squaring off in a de facto district championship game, even this early on in the season. Those two teams, rather clearly the two best teams in that district, and they will square off 1 week from tonight, right here on Friday Night Football. 2nd down and 11 out of the timeout for Cedar Hill. Salter with 3 wides to the bottom of the formation. He'll follow Kevin Young left side. Cutting upfield, and Salter's off to the races. Across the 40-yard line and slides down inside the 30. Caden Salter with a burst, and with 2:05 on the clock in the 4th, Cedar Hill back into Aledo territory.
Mike, I mean, just a simple play call right here. Just a quarterback sweep right here to get on the edge. Great block by Young right there to spring Salter free. But pay attention to detail right here, Mike. I mean, sliding to stay in bounds to make their clock keep running. That is not something that's commonly taught. But, I mean, in a mature Elite 11 finalist quarterback in Salter, I mean, that is very much great recognition of what kind of ball game you're in.
Forces Aledo to use their first timeout. 2:04 to play here in the 4th. Ball sits right at the 30-yard line in Aledo territory. With just the 2 timeouts remaining, at least one of the plays on this set of downs will be followed by a running clock. So if Aledo is fortunate enough to get the football back, you're looking at maybe a little over a minute on the clock by that point.
Yeah, absolutely. And they absolutely have to make a stop here on the next 2 downs to stop their clock and get the ball back as soon as they can, because they are definitely running out of time, Mike. And this Cedar Hill offense seems to continue to find a way to make big plays in their quarterback, Salter.
Fresh first down. Ball right at the 30 for Salter. Motion man is Thomas. Salter keeps it himself, though. Trouble in the backfield. Steps out of 1 tackle. This kid is hard to take down, but finally they do. It's the sophomore Cap Mooney making the tackle, and a big loss, and now it appears anyway that Aledo will use their 2nd timeout. Clock stopped at 1:54.
Little miscommunication, confusion right there on that last play, Mike. I didn't know if Salter was supposed to hand it off or keep it himself, but that was a great job.
I'm not sure he knew.
Yeah.
It didn't look like it anyway.
Definitely true. He definitely tried to turn it into a positive play, but this Aledo defense has been playing very, very well here in this second half of pursuing to the football, making Salter as uncomfortable as they can, trying to put the ball back into their offense's hand here in the last, probably under a minute this 4th quarter, trying to give themselves a chance to either top this ball game or take the lead here late in the 4th.
20-17 our score. 1:54 to play 4th quarter. Aledo still with 1 timeout remaining before this 2nd down and 18. 3 touchdown passes from Caden Salter tonight, enough to have his team out in front here with under 2 minutes to play. DeMarco Roberts with a pair of touchdown runs for Aledo, in addition to a Clay Murador 26-yard field goal, the scoring for the Bearcats. But Aledo needs the football back here in these final 2 minutes if they're going to have a chance. On 2nd and 18, the quarterback sweep once again. A little hesitation from Salter to get the corner. He's got it and then some. Steps across the 20-yard line, and I believe that's going to be enough for another Cedar Hill first down. And with only 1 timeout remaining here for Aledo, it may not quite be enough to put this one away, but it's going to be real close now.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be really close, but I mean, right there, I mean, Salter just doing what he does best, and that's making plays with his legs. I mean, just setting up his blocks right here by Young, and Young doing a great job of leading the way, getting a piece of 2 defenders, and springing Salter free again up the sideline right there. And Salter just doing enough to get a first down. So great job by that young man of, putting a drive together here late in the ball game and trying to secure a win. something that's very hard to do here in Aledo.
Handoff, breaking free, and that will end it. Kevin Young to the house. Cedar Hill in front by 2 scores, and that's the exclamation point for the Longhorns.
Slowly but surely, Kevin Young just pounding the ground, staying patient, getting everything that he can, and right there just breaking two to three tackles and springing himself free to the end zone. I mean, this kid hasn't had the flashiest game in big plays, but again, making a play right here when it really counts to give your team a secured victory here late in the fourth and put this game away.
Flags before the snap here on the extra point. And it'll go against Cedar Hill. 2,800 of you with us tonight here on Friday Night Football. Guys, thank you so much for being with us for what has turned into a fantastic football game. 2 really, really good teams with a great test for each of them before they get into district play. Cedar Hill starts district next week against Mansfield Lake Ridge. Aledo starts district play next week against Everman. As the extra point is up and through. 1:41 to play in the fourth, and it's a 10-point lead for Cedar Hill. The extra 7 points that they're down obviously has to matter here.
Yeah.
But I almost wonder if Cedar Hill just did the one thing that actually gives Aledo a sliver of a chance by not keeping the football.
Yeah.
If he had maybe just gone down, like go down with the first down. And listen, I don't begrudge Kevin Young at all. A young man wants a touchdown. All these kids do. He's a fantastic young running back.
Yeah.
But that was the only real thing that could happen that would give Aledo any sort of chance here late in this football game to get the ball back. And with 1:41 to play, listen, they need a miracle. Yes. They need a lot of things to go their way, inclusive of an onside kick. But what was, for all intents and purposes, completely done if Kevin Young just lays down at the 6-yard line or whatever, now there's at least still a window of possibility for Aledo.
For sure. I mean, they're going to have to score really fast. They're going to have to go as fast as they can go. And typically that's hard to do, Mike, for an offense to do back-to-back is go a fast 2-minute offense. But, again, I mean, we've seen some strange things happen throughout the course of the season. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Little pooch kick. And even though Llewellyn didn't signal for the fair catch, way back behind the play, JoJo Earl was, and that does matter. That does count. If anybody signals for a fair catch, it's a fair catch. Llewellyn's looking around going, what happened? It'll be first and 10 for Aledo at the, looks like the 36-yard line. At least based on where the sticks are. .139 to play. Put it right at the 35, in fact.
Great in star field position.
Hayden, trouble, lost the football. And if that isn't a fitting way for the Cedar Hill defense to finish this football game, they were a terror all night long for Brent Hayden and the Aledo offense, and they make the play that officially ends the football game. Coming from behind for the sack and the strip. You see him punch the ball out right there. What a great play by by Ian Bradley, punching the football free from Hayden's hand.
Yeah, Mike, it's just one of those mistakes that you cannot make late in the ball game. I mean, not only you can't take a sack, but, I mean, also you can't give the ball away. You absolutely cannot give the ball away in moments where, you got to, drive the field to make a play, and that's just tough. I mean, that's growing pains as a sophomore quarterback. I mean, this kid definitely has a lot of future ahead of him, a lot of more football games ahead of him. But, just one of those things that you hate to see. being a part of this Aledo program who has, put out studs each and every year. But, just late in the game, just can't make those mistakes, Mike.
Listen, Brant Hayden is going to be a name that a lot of people around DFW know
sure.
because he's going to be the quarterback of the Aledo Bearcats for the next 3 seasons. He's going to win a lot of football games. He's going to score a lot of touchdowns. He's going to have a brilliant career. He very clearly can play the position and play the position well. Tonight he was going up against a 6A defense that was every single bit of a 6A defense. As a sophomore, that's a big ask for anybody, let alone for a sophomore. And they made some big plays to put him in some tough spots. And Cedar Hill's defense, as big a story as Caden Salter is in this football game as to why Cedar Hill is going to win this one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he just had a spectacular night. I mean, a lot of times, turning a bust play into, a 20, 25-yard gain from fumbling the ball on a drop back and picking it up and making a 30-yard throw on the rope, or getting around the edge for a 25-yard gain on a quarterback keep. I mean, this kid did everything that you could ask a quarterback to do in the air and on the ground. So great job by Salter tonight.
The Cedar Hill Longhorns come in and do what only 3 teams had done in the last decade and win in Aledo at Bearcat Stadium. 27-17 the final as the number 11 team in 6A improves to 2-0. Think about that stat as you see these 2 teams in their socially distanced sportsmanship post-game. No handshake here in 2020 because of the pandemic that we are all living through right now. But think about that stat for this Aledo program.
Yeah.
In the last 10 seasons, they have lost 4 games on this field, and it's taken either a team from out of state or a 6A program to come in and beat them. That's the only teams that even have a chance to win on this field. But Cedar Hill did it tonight. A fantastic performance from Caden Salter. Kevin Young finishes it off with the touchdown run and a 27-17 win for Cedar Hill. Both of these teams getting the test that they needed going into district play. This was just kind of a microcosm of 2020, this football game. Both teams having cancellations due to opponents having issues with COVID. So they schedule this game on a whim because both of these programs want that big test, want that opportunity to just kind of have a little bit of a proving ground type game. Measuring stick. Let's see where we are right now. Both these teams got that opportunity tonight, and both will be better later this season because of it.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for a much better game from both programs. I mean, they both made, big plays, explosive plays is what we like to call it. And just giving themselves, like you said, Mike, a great test before they get into district play. And so, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see both of these teams excel in their districts this year. And as weird as this season has been, I mean, I just, wouldn't be surprised to see both of them skyrocket throughout their districts and, pick up some big wins here late in the year.
Quick look at the stats for tonight. Caden Salter, 16 of 36. Credit to the Aledo defense. They didn't let him just go all over the place. He had some difficulties completing passes. 16 of 36, just 44% completion. But 241 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Another 128 yards on the ground on just 14 carries. He was exceptional tonight. All told, 369 combined yards and 3 touchdowns to lead the way for the Cedar Hill offense and en route to this 27-17 win. Kevin Young, 11 carries, 47 yards and a touchdown for Cedar Hill. Receiving for Cedar Hill, the funniest stat line you'll see all night, Miguel Massey, big number 77, their left tackle, 1 reception, 3 yards and a touchdown, caught the deflected shovel pass in the second quarter in what will be his favorite play of his high school career, I guarantee you.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, Dwayne Blanton with the touchdown reception. That was on that 4th down conversion. And Julian Austin also with the touchdown reception, 2 catches for 17 yards and a touchdown. Brian Rainey leading the way for Cedar Hill, receiving 6 catches, 80 yards on the night. DeMarco Roberts with a very nice night, 16 carries, 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brant Hayden, 10 for 17, 109 yards. and that one interception late in the fourth quarter. JoJo Earl, 6 catches for 67 yards, and it seemed like every single one of those catches was a dazzling play that made you go, he caught what? It was these kids put on a show for us tonight here on Friday Night Football.
Absolutely. I mean, these guys, again, came out and played hard, and, I mean, they gave you everything that they expected you to make. I mean, even going back to JoJo Earl, I mean, going against a great Cedar Hill defense, I mean, every catch seemed to be acrobatical, but, I mean, you couldn't expect anything less. I mean, going against a defense like that who double covered him for the majority of the night, but, I mean, he still found ways to make plays. And DeMarcus Roberts, I mean, DeMarco Roberts finding ways to, increase the line of scrimmage and get into the end zone twice. And so, I mean, these kids played hard, regardless on, who won or lost. I mean, it was a great matchup tonight and a great outlook for both of these programs here to finish out the rest of the year.
Next up on Friday Night Football, we are back in Dallas County. Carter Cowboys on the road to play the Wilmer Hutchins Eagles in what is the de facto district championship game in District 8 4A Division I. 2 real good football teams, 2 undefeated football teams, at least coming into the evening. I haven't had a chance to check the scoreboard to see how they did this evening, but I expected both teams to win tonight based on their opponents this week. So what will likely be a matchup of undefeated teams and, again, effectively a district championship game 1 week from today right here on Friday Night Football between Carter and Wilmer Hutchins. John DeArce, your final thoughts on what was a real fun one tonight here out in Aledo.
Just a great night of football. I mean, this is exactly what you expect to have here in this fall weather, 53 degrees tonight out here in Aledo. I mean, just great ball game by Cedar Hill offensively and defensively. They found a way to, create some explosive plays. And this is a tough place to play, as we mentioned before. Only 3 teams before them have won here in this stadium in the last decade. So, I mean, they had to absolutely create some momentum, some plays, some highlights to pull out a major win in this stadium. But, credit to Aledo. These guys played hard. Every single one of them played hard. JoJo Earl and everyone else that contributed to their defense, their offense, their special teams. I mean, these kids played a great football game here tonight. So I'm excited to see how they shape up as they go out, throughout their schedule. I'll be glad to see Cedar Hill again later on this season to see how they, kind of develop and everything. So, again, just a great night of football here in October, Mike.
And with that, this one is in the books. Our final score tonight, 27-17. The Cedar Hill Longhorns, number 11 in the state in 6A, knock off the 2-time defending state champs in 5A Division II, the Aledo Bearcats. They win by 10. Cedar Hill moves to 2-0. Aledo drops to 2-1 on the season. Our thanks to Coach Carlos Lynn and Tim Buchanan for being so very generous with their time and information about their 2 teams, and also to the athletic directors, Melanie Benjamin and Steve Wood from Cedar Hill and Aledo, respectively. Without their help and support, a broadcast like this is simply not possible. Our photographer this evening is Dwayne Watkins. Our director is Clay Marshall. Our digital coordinator is Nick Blackhall. And our technical director is Don Hazen. The executive producer of Friday Night Football is Sean Hamilton. For John DeArce here with me in Aledo, I'm Mike Leslie. Thanks so much for watching tonight. Join us next week as we head to the 4A ranks once again for a possible district championship game in 8-4A D1 between Carter and Wilmer Hutchins. Thanks for watching Friday Night Football, everyone. Wear your masks. We'll see you next week on Friday Night Football.